Yep. We good
Huh?
Do you realize?
You got mad stuff on you.
I do?
Yeah. Like all that.
What's there?
What's that?
You're fine.
We live though, baby. How you doing? Yeah, we gonna
Tell
figure
somebody
that shit
that
out.
as you go live,
Because I
bro.
didn't even know.
That's
I didn't see it
crazy.
until we went on.
Okay.
You're fine. You're fine.
You're good. You're good.
This guy.
What? I didn't even. I looked that way because I was trying to fix that, and I seen. Damn, my fault. I was on me. How you doing? Welcome to 40 Central Podcast, episode 241. We got Riz in the building.
Hey,
Hey. Thank y'all for having me.
Trying to
Excited to be here.
Good.
Thank y'all for having me.
There we go.
welcome. It's been a long time coming. We finally made it happen.
And yes, I'm finally
Yes. Well, welcome to the show. This is episode what?
241.
241. We are in the 240s officially. That is crazy. It feels weird being here on a Friday night. But you know, we have to make things happen. And we're glad that you all are here with us today. Let's get started. Let's just get straight into, how was everybody's week? Let's get there.
You want to start? How was your week?
My week has been long. It's Holy Week, so
The
just
whole
try-
week was holy?
Yes.
What the, I thought it was only today. My daughter said, y'all can't eat no meat today. I'm like, why? She's like, it's Good Friday. I'm like, oh, shit.
It's Good Friday today. Sunday is resurrection, but I had rehearsals and work, so it was a busy week and fasting as well.
Do you fast like all day, or how's that work for that?
We had like a schedule, my church and everything.
Okay. I didn't even know it was Holy Week. So you had that today was Ash Wednesday and all that?
No,
When's that?
that was before
Oh,
Lent, or like
okay.
that was the start of Lent.
Oh, that's the start.
Yes.
I swear to God, I didn't even know any of this.
Wait.
Right?
Wait,
I don't know. I could be wrong.
Wait, let's slow down. It's Holy Week
Yeah.
this week, right?
Yes,
So does that mean every day is something different?
That's what I was
No.
wondering.
but it's Holy Week.
So what does that mean though?
Yeah.
There's things to look forward to. We know what's coming, So we're preparing, we're praying, all that.
Is there like a schedule or like you know how like Ramadan they have like the prayer times and things like that. They fast from this time to this time.
We
like-
had that, like my church and the ministry I'm in, we had our own schedule that they decided to do.
but there isn't one that like the religion follows, correct?
I wouldn't say all that, but I know Good Friday is a thing.
Okay.
Holy Thursday.
What
Holy
do y'all do
Thursday.
Thursday? What is that? Y'all just chill and pray? What?
Some people.
What? No, I'm asking. I'm being dead serious.
Some people may chill and pray, but I think it's more subjective.
Okay, so the only real thing is Friday and Sunday
Yes.
on the schedule. Well, it's like you don't eat.
On the schedule.
Yeah, and then Sunday is basically he resurrected that day, and then just
Yes, he did. He got up.
he woke up.
He got up.
So you woke up?
he,
Yo.
he woke up. Say, yo, I'm
He
here.
got up.
Nigga, I woke up. He was like, I'm back.
Yeah, he got
He
up.
walked out of them tombs like, yo, what's up? I'm here. They was looking like, yo, is that Jesus?
So how like do you guys get like closer to God during the week or is it just like what?
I feel like I felt God's presence a little bit more this week, but I cannot
Okay.
speak for everyone.
And that's also because like you're doing a lot of things with your church and stuff like that too, right? So
That too, but I had a moment last week where I woke up with a song on my mind, and I don't know why I was hearing the song, and I spoke to my brother, and he was like, "Well, it's about to be Holy Week, so that makes sense. It's
okay.
that season, you know."
Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, like, cause I do Ramadan. He does Ramadan too, but I don't do it for the religion.
Mm-hmm.
But what I also do is I also do get closer in my faith. Like I try to like I pray a lot throughout this whole month. More than I usually do. I pray before I eat, all that stuff. I give thanks and all that stuff. So it kind of brings me back to my roots also. So that's why I appreciate doing it as it makes me feel good. Like it does. So like it's like, but it's a month of this.
Exactly.
It's tough,
I know.
but it's not tough anymore. But it gets tough. It gets rough. I don't know about for you, but this year's been so easy.
I mean, it gets easier by the year.
Yeah. Next year, we're gonna be eating by like 4 o'clock.
What do you mean?
Like the time change, like it's in the sun. It's in the like sundown is like 5 o'clock.
Wait.
Next year. Like,
next year around this time.
No, next year Ramadan, it's
Mhm.
gonna be we're gonna be eating like around 5 o'clock.
Because it's starting around like in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
Mm-hmm. So you wake up and then you'll be. It's gonna get easier throughout the whole thing.
I like fasting more during when it's warmer outside. But I mean, hey, if that's what it's called for. That's what it's called for. I mean, I do it more so just like to support the kids and stuff like that. So,
no funny shit. I lost. I feel like I lost. Like I went to the doctor. I stepped on that scale. They was like, "Are you 160?" I said, "What?"
Wow.
I said, "What?" I was like, "I was just like 180." I was like, "I'm good. I take that. I take that." I felt mad good. Then I went to go eat.
And how was that?
That food?
Mhm.
I love food.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I just killed that.
It makes you experience all like food and all the shit like differently. Like, think about
the one thing I do appreciate about it though, and this is like a kid helped me realize this, like millions of people are going through the same thing at the same time. So it's like one of those things that that's why I asked about like the scheduling for Holy Week, because for Ramadan, a big part of it is that millions of people are going through a similar struggle together, and that's supposed to be like a representation of what the world is that we don't realize or we don't take note of. Is that yes, you do have whatever it is that you're going through in your world, but also at the macro level, in the big picture, millions of other people are probably going through similar things that you're going through, so you're not alone. And when that child put it to me like that, I was like, "Yo, that's real," because I never really thought about it. Like usually, the way I think about my problems, they're my problems and mine's to fix. But that's not real life. That's not reality. Reality is there's probably millions of other people that are going through similar things that you're going through.
I got like a couple of people I met. I tell them I'm fasting and stuff like that. Like I can't. And they was like, I don't understand why or whatever like that. I was like, you just got to do your research. I was like, but then they sent me this fasting for 15 hours and being full after 10 minutes is a prime example of how temporary the pleasures of this world is and how small life is.
Yes.
So like I read that and I'm like, yeah, like it is. I didn't even think about it like that either. Now that you said it, like we're all just sitting down waiting today for 7:17 to eat at the same time. So basically, we all ate together.
Yes.
I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
That would be taking our first sip of water, everybody together. That's cool as shit. Now that
it's powerful.
Yeah, it's like I could do it. I waited. We all waited, and there's kids doing it. There's elders doing it. There's a lot of stuff doing it. I don't do it for the religion. I don't sit down. I don't pray like them or whenever their schedule is. But it's a beautiful thing to me. I'm getting fucking hot.
Okay.
Hell yeah, this shit is hot. Turn this shit low and all that. At least it's not smoking like last time.
Yeah.
Niggas looked at me and said, turn that shit off. All right.
How about your week?
Me? What did I do this week? I don't even know what I did.
Okay.
I really don't even know what I did. It was good though. I guess I'm still here.
Right.
That's right.
I woke up.
You made it.
I made it.
right.
I made it. I'm chilling. I lost a couple of bets this week. That's really it. Did you on me? Oh, did you win?
I did. No, I don't.
Oh, I'm
gamble
about to
in that
say.
way.
I thought she was like she looked down at. Oh, you loser.
No, I just feel bad.
Oh yeah, I lost yesterday because of one person. I'll be so upset.
Yeah, I try to stay away from that betting stuff, primarily because of things like that. I've had those instances where you lose by a point by one person, and it's just
I've been losing every day by one person.
yeah. You got to stay away from it for a while.
Maniac, what up?
Maniac in the building. Shout out to the Maniac. Yes, make sure you go follow 15 Rounds of Boxing, produced by 40 Central Network. Go support those brothers over there. And if you are watching, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share button. Share it with the world. World. I guess I'll go to mine. Mine was pretty jam-packed. It's always like the last week of March in like school year terms is always really difficult, especially in high school, because it's right before you get that first little break. but it's after you just went through 4 straight weeks of school with no days off.
You said that this was a hard month.
Yeah,
right?
March is always the hardest month of any school year.
Yeah, but you kind of got like 2 breaks this month coming up.
Well, we got this break now, so
It's not really a break. Yeah, go back and like.
Well, we go back Wednesday
Yeah, it's only 3 days.
after you did 4 weeks straight.
Yeah, but then you have another week and like. It's like
Yeah,
2
then we
weeks.
get spring break.
Right.
So that's
Usually it's around the same time. Why is it not the same time this year?
I'm a teacher, bro.
Fuck it, right?
Yeah,
You
whenever
get
they
two-
tell me I don't gotta go, I'm not showing up.
Oh, all right.
So yeah, so we got that right now. But before on Wednesday we had an assembly for Women's History Month. So shout out to Mr. Spence, who's a teacher at our school who organized this event. But we had the women and the girls downstairs in the cafeteria. They had like a little like party with food and like drinks, like of course non-alcoholic drinks. And they just got to chill and just celebrated down there. Celebrate womanhood and stuff like that. And then we had the guys in the cafeteria, and we were talking to them about like what it means to respect women and what is like our role in society as men when it comes to the relationship with women. And it was an interesting dynamic because we had about 14 to about 17-year-olds, 16, 17-year-olds in there. So there's a different way that they're all internalizing this information. The younger kids, of course, they're not taking it that seriously because, they're not there yet. So it's not a message for a lot of them that they're understanding. But for the older kids, it was like, yo, like, we've never had this, I've never had this type of conversation before, but I've always felt this way. Because, they have sisters, moms, cousins, shit like that. So after we had the conversation, whatever, I'm walking home I'm walking to the store and I see a kid that was there at the assembly. He doesn't know that I hear him, but he's on the phone with his mom, just like telling her like how much he appreciates her and thank you and I love you. Nice. And we had this conversation at school and I just wanted to let you know. And that just like struck a nerve in me, like, because you think they're not paying attention, but they really are paying attention, At
least some of them are.
Some of them are. And that to me was just super, super powerful. And it was one of the highlights of my week to hear that.
What about the fashion show you did? That wasn't this week too?
Oh yeah, we did the fashion show. That was last week. You said what?
What was that for?
So a teacher was trying to put together a fashion show for the last 3 years and it kept getting canceled. This year was the first year we had enough students that said that they would participate to actually put on the show. So we switched up the gym. We put the decorations all around. Well, they did. I just hosted. I was the host. And one of my students in my advisory who I met freshman year, and we've been growing this relationship from freshman year up until now, started his own clothing brand. So if you are watching, go look up 6 Hearts clothing brand, the number 6, IX, hearts.com. And he started his own clothing brand from scratch. So he was the main event of the fashion show.
Oh, nice.
So I had the honor of introducing him and explaining to the audience a little bit of his story. And it got a little emotional and all that stuff because, I know what the kid has been through personally. So to see what he's been through to where he is now to where I know he's going to be, it's crazy. So, yeah, shout out to everybody who attended the fashion show. That was really dope. It was a lot of staff involved as well. So that was cool, too, seeing teachers, walking up and down the, what is that, the strip? They call it a strip in the fashion show?
I don't know. I was about to say something crazy.
Yeah, well, they're walking up and down the aisle, we'll say that. And then, and then we just celebrated the kids and the student. His name is Jameer. Yeah, that was dope. So it's been a jam-packed week.
Yeah, that I saw that when you posted. That shit looked fire. Then
Who
you
lost
had
the championship? Yeah, we had a DJ.
DJ. Who lost the championship?
My team lost the basketball championship on, what was that, Wednesday. That's why I couldn't come down here because we had the basketball championship.
Oh, you talking about over here?
Yeah. So we lost the championship, unfortunately. No tough loss, but it is what it is.
Who's on your team?
I had just the kids from school. So I had them come out here, participate. We lost.
Oh, you took them here?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So I brought some of them here.
I like that you did that because they was upset.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
We got a chance to compete for something. We lost, but it's okay.
Oh, y'all lost too?
We lost to Throgs Neck.
Oh, that's how Marquise got that?
Yeah.
Marquise.
Yeah. I know.
I don't want to say nothing.
I know.
He balled out over there, but didn't want to ball out over there.
So it is what it is.
We're going to have a conversation.
What else, man? This has been such a jam-packed week. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Definitely forgetting something, but whatever. That sums up my week. Sorry, I took up so much.
Nah, that was first of all, it was beautiful. Like the kids, man, the kids is like. I think I was stressed out this week.
I was just about to ask, what did y'all do for self care this week?
Oh shit.
Ooh, that's a self care. Probably actually really nothing.
Take a moment, think about it.
I already know. Like I didn't do anything for myself this week. Besides, because like I think it's a little bit more harder because I got to make sure that my kids are good before I ever think about me. So like even though I'm stressed out or whatever arguments I go through or disagreements I go through with whatever, um, in the at the end of the day I have to make sure that I'm up to make sure the kids are good. So it kind of like gives me like a disadvantage of like doing anything for myself.
Makes
If
sense.
that makes sense. So I could answer that pretty quick because I will just I didn't even like do anything for myself this week. I gotta start though. You got me thinking and shit. It's like 16 minutes in. Like, that's, like I didn't even like I didn't even drink a full beer yet. You got me in my
Yeah, I don't think I don't nah. I don't even think like that, honestly.
yeah, me either.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't even
Well, what about the fact that you're here tonight? Would that count as self care?
I think that this is I don't think it's self care, but I think it's therapy.
Oh,
Because I could sit down here and for this next hour, 2 hour, whatever we here for, the world doesn't mean what's going on unless I get a phone call. Obviously, like yo, you gotta something's going on. But like this is the time where I can sit down and
right.
let loose, have a conversation, laugh, joke, and then reality sets in once I leave.
Okay. And what about you,
But I've
James?
always said that. I always said this is my therapy.
But you said what about being here?
Or your self care? Did you do anything this week?
Well, I slept in today, so
Oh,
I guess
I slept in
yeah.
today too.
I
Now
guess
that you
that
say
would count.
How did you say that?
But
Yo,
it wasn't like a conscious like let me continue to sleep for self. Like I wasn't thinking about myself. I was just tired. But yeah, I slept in today.
Today was the first day I slept in too. I had me, my son, my daughter, and my stepdaughter. All I know is I woke up, gave my son food, went back to sleep. I woke up, he was sleeping. The girls are sleeping in the back. Leah left. She went to her grandmother's house. She was sleeping over there. I wake up at like 3 o'clock. Like all of us wake up at like 3, 4 o'clock. Like today, we all just was like relaxing all day. I did do that today. That was the first, and I didn't have to go get my son. Oh, and I got tatted today. Look at that.
Look at oh, that is so cute.
Look at that.
That's crazy. What is that beer?
It glows in the dark too.
Yeah,
I don't know why they
that's
had beer
cute.
in the little kids.
Is that beer?
I don't know, but I said I'm gonna take that because it's beer.
Yo, that's crazy.
It's yeah. Me and my daughter and my son got tatted. You see? I did that.
That's cute.
I'm gonna post a picture for y'all later. This shit's fire. But but I look at the tattoos he has, and I'm like, Cole, let me get the one with the beard. I don't know why you have that one, but this should look like beer though. It's for kids. Nah, they can't be doing that. It glows in the dark too.
They cannot be doing that.
No, that's cool though. That's cool. I'm trying to think of what else happened this week. I know I'm forgetting something.
It's all right. It'll come to you.
You helped the girl get a scholarship.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I wanted to talk about too. Where is it?
You helped her get a scholarship?
Yeah. So she was nominated for the Congress of Future Medical Leaders, and
Future medical leaders.
yeah, so it's like something that like all these kids around the country apply for, but I think
Does it have to be in medicine though? Because what do y'all do for medicine?
we don't do anything for medicine, but she's into medicine. She just happens to go to a basketball school, but she's into medicine, and they had to like raise funds and stuff like that, and we got together, raised the funds, and now I don't know if she got it or she finally got to submit the application because of the funds, but she's a step closer to getting into that program, so that was a very, very, very big deal. Also, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids now that have pretty much started their own businesses.
Let's go.
We have one that's in graphic design. We have 4 photographers.
Let's go. Is that because you brought the camera to the.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, they all started with the stuff that we got here. And they all just got to, get in their own equipment and things like that. And now 5 of them have like their own like little photography or videography business. And I'm just super, super happy for them. And 2 also have their own clothing brand. So the one I already told you about, that'll be 6. And then 7 is another kid who just started one called Peace Over War.
Wow.
The new POW. So yeah. So he's definitely got that going, and I mean, it's just crazy to see how much has happened over the last like few years.
Yeah, word. A lot has changed. I think, and like, I feel like this year is going by super fast too.
Yeah,
We already in what, like Q2 already.
Almost in April. This is almost over.
Like it's going like so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know like where we stop or how like it could, like it's just too quick. Like, we got a couple of things on our horizon too. That hopefully it goes through this thing. Did you ever get information back for that interview or no?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I don't want to say it up here. That's why.
Oh, no. I'm gonna reach out.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying that because there's big things that's happening.
I know you're talking about. I know. Yeah.
So like, just shit has just been moving. That's what I'm saying. Like the days just don't stop. And I feel it more and more that I got a daughter in high school, and my son is in starting school now. Like he's kindergarten, so it's like doing 2 things. It's like these days don't ever end.
I think it's wonderful that the young people have opportunities and access to things that we didn't have.
Yeah.
And learning to make their own income and everything so young. Being creative. So your daughter and your son has a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, my daughter actually wants to. I told her that I set up like the mic and everything in her room. So her and imagine just think about this. Her and Rebecca talking on a podcast. You know how dumb it's gonna be.
Well,
but they have shit to talk about.
Okay.
But they're just I look at them like I don't listen to nothing they say because they don't really want to tell me anything. I'm dad, you know what I'm saying? But they'll tell him shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they be in school, they be chilling, whatever.
Yeah, so just for context, I'm one of their teachers. Yeah, so like both of them are in my class.
And that's my daughter and my little cousin, but they want to start their own little show and stuff like that. So I want to start doing that with them. My son, I don't know what the hell.
But we have all the podcast equipment at school, so they can just do it at school. I had the school order all that stuff. So we've already made like podcast episodes and stuff like that in the school. So we could definitely do that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I should tell her that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she wants to do it. She wants to do it in the crib.
Oh, okay, well, there's that too.
Yeah.
Well, that was my week.
That was a great week.
Yes.
All that in a week is crazy.
Yes.
You do need a break.
Yeah,
I'm happy you slept in today.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a lot. In and out.
You like birds?
I'm about to say a hummingbird.
Nah, it's just,
I love hummingbirds.
You know, like
it's a sign.
Hummingbirds?
Yeah.
I guess like with technology, there's just certain settings that you just leave alone.
Yeah.
Like that's just one of those things. Like every time I open it, it's a different picture. So.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
I just leave it.
That's all you do.
Shit, it's the stars.
Right.
What's today? What are we in? What's the sign right now? What's the sign right now?
What is it?
What month are we in?
We're in
March.
Is this shit? I don't
end of
even
March.
know. Four Corners Boxing. What up? What up, y'all?
March.
Let's go. What's the sign? Aries.
Pisces or Aries?
Aries.
I don't know.
Oh
what that
shit.
mean.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
Oh, this last thing. So I
Aries?
joined. No. I joined the Madden tournament. Right. I joined this league with my little cousin and like my friends and stuff like that. And it was a league that we was taking very, very seriously. Every day we was up to like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, playing Madden, competing against each other. And I'm officially announcing my retirement from the league.
Oh, they smoked you.
You know, things happen.
Okay, that's what you mean.
Things happen. And my team made the playoffs. It was a great run.
Oh
we made the
shit!
playoffs
Look,
back
they
to back
made you
years.
retire.
We made the playoffs back to back years, and it was a good run. But I am officially retiring from the game of Madden. I will be returning it back to the store, and now I get my nights back. So thank you for everybody who participated. Shout out to the league and everybody who was involved. It was fun. I learned a lot, gained some new friends, but, you know, all good things must come to an end.
Oh, shit. They putting scores up here. 53-21?
It's possible.
Something like that?
That could have been the case.
Damn, I don't know if they
Doesn't matter now. I'm retired, so I'm enjoying retirement.
I feel that. That's
Fair.
That's fair.
That's everything that happened in my week.
Damn.
Now I'm done.
Retirement. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. It's like, you know, when you start playing games and stuff like that and you realize that, like, all right, this is like their era now. Like, this is, you had your time. Now it's their time. Let them have their time, man.
I knew video games wasn't for me when I started playing and just arguing with my uncle and my cousin every day.
Yeah, it's just yo, just let them have their fun and let them have their time. And I'll be a spectator.
They never let me have my time. They just always wanted to play and I would smoke them. And then when I lose, I want to play again. The niggas like, nah, it's over.
Yeah.
But then I couldn't say anything because he's older than me. So now I'm upset. I'm like, nah, video games ain't for me. I can't do it.
I was never competitive.
Okay.
Never competitive at all in anything?
Mm-mm. I don't even like games like that. But I like to play games. Adventure kind of games. More so. But
Like-
not
Like, you like board games and shit?
No.
No?
Not really.
Like Super Mario?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You like drinking games?
Zelda. Drinking? No, not really.
Smoking games?
No.
There's such thing as smoking games?
I don't know. I'm just trying to see.
Oh,
I don't know.
there
I didn't know that was a
Is
thing.
there?
I think so.
Yo, if you miss this shot, you got to take 4 pulls. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't even smoke. So I
That
don't-
might be a
yeah.
that might be a little thing we got to get into.
Or maybe not. You know.
No, making the games I'm talking about, not the smoking part.
Listen.
Listen, if that's an untapped, like right there, I could just make a game right now, be a millionaire tomorrow.
You could.
I might need some help from somebody out there who smokes.
Yes.
All
Super
right.
Mario was the GOAT.
So in recent news, if you have a phone or anything attached to the World Wide Web or have a TV, you probably heard the news about Sean Puff Daddy Combs.
Mm-hmm.
Both of his L.A. and Florida homes were raided by the feds, and we don't know what they went to go look for.
Oh, sex trafficking stuff.
Is that what he's being accused of?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Sean Puff Daddy Combs is being accused of sex trafficking, I think illegal guns and
Drugs.
drugs.
Pink cocaine to be exact.
Okay, so
I actually heard that was really. You know what? Forget it.
you heard it was what?
I heard from some people that it was like that pink cocaine is it.
Pink?
Mm-hmm.
What is pink cocaine?
It's cocaine mixed with something else. I'm not too sure. I never had it.
Oh.
Yeah, but people were saying that was the shit.
Yeah, that's not really my speed.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Puff, where do y'all stand on this? What's y'all take? What do y'all think?
I just feel like there's been signs there forever, and I just think that just because the time has changed and stuff like that, like now he's gonna get caught. He's gonna get caught right back into that shit, and they caught him actually.
Okay.
He was being freaky. He's a freaky dude, man. Like he said, he's always been a mook.
Okay, I'm gonna let you land the plane. Go ahead.
No, but sex trafficking is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't know if y'all seen the Instagram video where his neighbor was like, yo, he has busloads of like little girls coming there all the time.
See, I
I don't know if that's true though. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
and it's like I don't like stuff
There's
like that.
too much.
bro.
There's too much information out there, which muddies the water of what is true and what's not true. So it's like you can listen to that, or you can be like, okay, I don't know if that's true. He might be bullshit. That might not even be his fucking neighbor. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit out there that unless we see it or read it, I don't think that we should know. Like we should make like a real general opinion of it. And then a lot of people are not even coming out to help him, so that makes it funny. They got besides 50, 50 going at everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But like none of his friends are coming out to save him and be like, or whatever like that. Then you have like I think Boosie said something
I don't know why people care so much about what Boosie thinks. That shit is just like, it's like, I don't know if it's like black people or what, but they just put so much stock into like the thoughts of Boosie, and I don't understand why.
What did he say though?
I don't know what he said. I just know that every time he says something, black people's always reposting it and sharing it with the world, and I don't understand why.
I just feel like there's a lot of misinformation out there. It's about everything. There's misinformation about everything, and there's things that to steer us this way, there's things that that way. Until we see the paperwork, we don't know. But I just think if it is true, and which we know some of it is true, he's a nasty dude. Like, and JT's not you. I think she.
Yeah, just be careful with that.
Yeah. Not. I think she's caught up in bringing drugs to him. No. Young Miami is accused of bringing pink cocaine to Diddy. Like, everybody is in this shit at this point in time. Like, it's crazy. But I think people knew that this was gonna eventually happen. And I think you said something like, I'm gonna say like probably like 2 months ago maybe, and you said there's something going when the Cassie shit happened. You said he was selling off his shit already. Remember that? And you was like, there was something on the horizon that's already about to happen, that he already knows that something's coming to him, that he's already giving everybody their masters, and he's selling off his shit and all his stock. He knew this shit was gonna happen.
Yep. And I'm glad you brought that up because, I definitely did bring that up. Once he started giving everybody their masters and calling himself Brother Love and all of this stuff, and I'm like, it don't go with the Puff aura. Puff is a money man. He's somebody who's about getting his paper. We've seen plenty of people come out about not getting their money from Bad Boy or Puff.
Now you want to give it
Now
up.
all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you're giving it away. Like, you're not even making them go to court. You're not making them advocate for it anymore. You're just giving the money back.
He just sold Revolt, his shares in Revolt.
Step down from Revolt. So this is not a surprise. So I don't know who his inside people are, but he clearly knows some powerful people because he's getting privy to information that the average person who's being searched by the feds doesn't get. So I'm going to just say this. Puff, look, my man, I don't know if you did it or not. I'm not here to say, I don't judge. You ain't on trial with me. All I'm going to say is, wherever you at, stay there.
Nah, that nigga just was outside with his daughters like 2
Wait, he
years
came
ago.
back to the U.S.?
Yeah, he's a brave
man.
Not locked up.
He's a brave man.
He's not in jail whenever like that.
Nah, he's bugging.
But he took his twin daughters to go Top Golf.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They
Okay.
got a
Oh, they
picture.
let him in Top Golf?
Huh?
They let him inside Top Golf?
I mean, what they gonna say? No.
Yeah, you
You
get
about to
paid.
spend money.
Yeah, you get that check.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. Like that, the money still talk. So he's still gonna go and do this shit, regardless if they had a great time or not. It made it seem like he had a great time. You know what I mean? And I saw something online, which was what I thought about it was, they said the picture because he was smiling and he did the peace sign and the girls was smiling or whatever. Like it was like it's a possibility. Because I'm not taking nobody at their word until we see anything. But he's doing this I'm a family man. You know what I mean? All this shit goes to court. All these accusations come and this is, you know what I'm saying? Like this is what I do. I don't go outside. I don't do this. I'm a fan. I take my kids out. You know what I'm saying? He's making his image, doing the thing. He's not a dumb dude. He's not dumb because he wouldn't have been so successful as much as he's been.
Obviously.
Okay.
People make dumb decisions.
I'm just saying, well, you got the help of certain people because of the things that you've done.
But then once you get to a certain level, you see also that I really don't give a fuck what that person says. That he got to that level where he had fuck you money, and I don't give and there's mad yes men around him. There's a million yes men around him. He's not scared of what they're gonna say. He might be scared now because of the feds, but he wasn't scared of what anybody else told him.
Right. But I'm looking at it as like now we're seeing like people look at him like he's like the head of the Bad Boy conglomerate that he created.
I mean, the head of the Bad Boy conglomerate?
Right. Technically, yes. But again, when you follow the money, where is the money that's funneling into Bad Boy coming from? right? So it's not like Bad Boy is an independent record label, right?
Who owns it then?
I think either he owns it or they're in partnership. You know,
Look
all the major labels are like signed. There's only like 3 major labels.
Yeah,
Universal,
exactly.
like 2 other ones. So they're part of one of those.
Yeah, he has to be on like Universal or
Sony, Universal, and there's another one. But so whichever one he's partnered with, they're the ones who are the real bosses in the situation. Why?
No. I thought you was gonna say.
They're the ones who are the real bosses of the situation. So for that now we're gonna see like, okay, who are the people that he's in between? Like we have the public, is Diddy, and then there's the okay, there's that too, and then you have the people, Diddy, and then his higher ups. So now we're gonna see like, okay, who are these? Maybe or maybe not. Maybe he doesn't say anything.
No, but I also seen that he's the foreman for it. They're gonna just accuse him. The higher ups is never gonna get caught up.
Okay.
Like, so they're gonna accuse him. Like, and I can see that too. I'm not saying that he didn't do anything wrong. He probably did. Probably didn't. It's not as for us to find out. We don't know the truth.
Was he wrong?
Don't know. I said we don't know.
We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know what happened. You could believe what you want. Everybody's opinion is their opinion. Like, the only one who knows the truth is him, and whoever else it happened to. If what said happened to them, you know what I'm saying? So like everything that we say or everybody that they have as an opinion.
Did the Love album come out before the whole Cassie thing?
He had an album out?
Yes.
The Love album.
The fuck was that?
That Red album, that Love album. That was.
I liked it.
That was an album.
I thought it was an album.
I thought he came out was with Last Night.
No. I don't know. He came out with that. He came out with a couple albums after that.
He did?
Yeah. He had the MMM, the motivation joint, and then he had the Red.
Bring the phone up. Yeah, Puff's on the hot seat. Puff's on the hot seat, but I'm just saying we don't. You could just believe whatever you want. You know?
So was he wrong for leaving on the private jet and letting his kids
get arrested? He never left.
So he was never on the private jet?
No,
so that was
he had his private jet just fly around.
And went where?
It was going towards that island because he was trying to deceive them. He never got on the jet.
So where was he?
He got stopped in Miami.
Wait, all right, time out. So
from what I read,
a jet left, and he was not on the
jet. He was not on the jet.
Okay.
They saw him in Miami, like they caught the nigga in Miami. So he was never on the jet. From what I saw.
That's interesting.
The industry had enough of Puff. Maybe that's true too.
Hey, yo, Puff, get on that jet, man. Get on that jet.
It was flying towards and from. This is all just reported news.
Mm-hmm.
It was flying towards one of the islands where there's no extradition law, so they cannot give him up.
Right.
That's where he was supposedly going, but he was just chilling with his kids 2 days ago. So he never got on that jet.
Okay, it says Sean Diddy Combs' private jet returns to South Florida following the raids. The private jet belonging to him returned to South Florida days after the music mogul's mansions in Miami and LA were raided by federal agents. The jet arrived at Miami Opa-locka Executive Airport shortly before noon. Aerial footage from Chopper 6 showed the dark colored plane parked on the tarmac. Just 48 hours earlier, the rap star was seen pacing back and forth at the same airport as seen and videoed by TMZ. His plane was reportedly heading to Caribbean Monday amid the raids at the Los Angeles and Miami beach homes. At least 5 law enforcement sources told NBC the raids were connected to an ongoing sex trafficking probe. This is just everything else that we know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
No, go back. Wednesday.
On Wednesday, 2 black SUVs were guarding the 54-year-old Star Island home in Miami Beach. One of the guards could be seen wearing a bulletproof vest while
he was in Miami,
putting up umbrellas to block the view. Diddy's location remains unconfirmed. He hasn't been criminally charged. Vic Williams, a retired special agent from Homeland Security Investigations, told NBC6 that specific elements are in play for this sex trafficking case. This is very interesting to me because he still hasn't been charged with anything. So what the fuck was the purpose of the raid if you're not gonna charge them anything?
Well, to get information.
Well, they had to have a warrant.
They did. But in order, and what they're gonna do is you're gonna take all his hard drives, you're gonna take all the electronics and everything. And just like you said, he might have people in higher places. He probably got rid of all that shit if it was there. Because you're not gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen, when you got money, you could, and you got people in your pocket, like you said. There's a lot of things that you want me to tell him to call?
Yeah, that man is the modern day Houdini.
Well, he chilling right now.
You said they're calling now?
I just want to call him, man.
Oh, just give him the link. Give him the link.
Oh shit. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just do that.
Yeah, so if you want to call in it or if you want to give your opinion on the matter, you could just take the link that's in the chat. I'll also send you the link too if you want to send it to anybody.
Yes, I'm doing that.
Okay. Hit the link in the chat and then you'll be able to video chat with us live on the pod. Make sure you get that done. If you are watching, make sure you hit that that like button, that subscribe button, and yeah, let's get back to business. Puff.
Yeah. What are your? Did you say your opinions on it?
Yeah, I mean, I think this Puff just needs to get back on the plane and leave until this whole thing is like figured out. Because
isn't that guilt then?
I'd rather look guilty in Antigua than fight for innocence in America. I'm fine with that. Black man in federal court, and they have a 99 or 98% conviction rate. I'd rather look guilty in Antigua than look innocent in court. That's just me. So if you taking my advice, leave the country while you still can. Because if any of this stuff is true, and if I'm sure if the feds raided your crib, some of this stuff may be true.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to jail, buddy.
You're
funny
going
shit, to jail.
I just can't wait for the documentary.
Oh, they're never gonna make one.
No, they have to. They got to make this one and Trey Songz.
Nah. They ain't.
Why you made that look? They gotta make this one and Trey Songz. They gotta do it.
I feel like a lot of truth is coming out, and there will be documented.
This is the documentary of this shit is gonna be depending on what is said and what happens here.
Okay.
The documentary is gonna be insane.
Or maybe it will be mentioned, but not a whole documentary.
Nah, documentary's coming. They make a documentary about everything.
And something about him.
They make a documentary about everything at this point in time.
He's really important to the culture.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say that.
It's gonna be like the rise and fall of a dynasty or some shit like that.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be with the information that we want to hear. It's the same shit with the Epstein stuff. Yeah. They have documentaries about it, but it's not the information that we want. It's all like the bullshit.
But it's still not done though.
What you mean?
We ain't get the list.
My point exactly. But there's documentaries about Epstein Island. That's gonna be the same thing with Bad Boy.
I think we spoke about this shit. I watched that shit on Netflix. That shit was pretty good.
What, Epstein?
Mm-hmm.
Did you learn anything that you didn't know?
In a sense, yes. In a sense, no.
Was there any information that you really wanted to know?
No.
And that's the same thing that's gonna happen with Diddy. Yeah, they're gonna probably make a documentary about it, but it's not gonna have the information that we want to know. Like we want to know, is the stuff about Meek Mill true? We want to know, did you kill Biggie Smalls and Tupac?
See,
we want to know, what other rappers is playing with their rear end. Like these are the things that people gonna want to know. Am I lying? Am I wrong?
They said some R&B niggas too.
This is what I'm saying.
And that's why it can't just be a rise and fall, because if this is true, it's connected to so many other people that is embedded in this nonsense. And I want to know, is it going to stop human trafficking?
Yeah.
Is it going to stop human trafficking? Because that's the actual concern.
Definitely not. But because I don't see Puff as being the head of the human trafficking people, that whatever they assuming he's a trafficker. They're just gonna, whoever the higher ups on that is gonna get somebody else is gonna do it. And same way with Epstein. They thought Epstein was gonna change shit. Look, it's still happening. It's never gonna stop. These things are never gonna stop. It might slow down for a little bit, but it's never gonna stop completely. Especially when we have so much shit going on in the world that people from America, we just think the world revolves around us. A lot of them, like, there's nothing else that's happening in this fucking world. They don't look at what's going on in China or Colombia or anywhere else, or Mexico and shit like that. They just care about what's happening here. But this shit doesn't stop. There's other shit that's going on in this fucking world.
lot going on in the world.
True, but I also think the word trafficking has like it has a negative connotation to it, which it deservedly should. At the same time, though, I think that when we say somebody is sex trafficking or human trafficking, we're thinking of like the underground tunnels and like being shipped behind trucks and shit like that. Whereas trafficking could easily be get on my jet and we're going from New York to LA. I technically trafficked you.
Or getting the bus that allegedly said that he had these little girls coming off a bus.
Right.
That's it. Oh, you're going to a party.
Which is still wrong. Anything let me make this clear. When you're holding someone against their will, that's wrong.
Yes.
It's wrong. So I'm not making light of it. What I'm saying is, like,
so concerned.
You can be trafficking somebody by just simply taking them from New York to New Jersey and without consent, and that's considered trafficking.
Well, that might be more so like
kidnapping.
Right. I think trafficking has that sexual context.
I think trafficking means
you don't have to have sex to traffic somebody.
Oh, true. But then what? Okay, so what is happening in the traffic?
Trafficking, but I think trafficking is I think it's more than a certain number. Let's just say that.
Let's look it up.
I think it has
because I could kidnap you.
Human trafficking, sex trafficking.
Sex trafficking, the action. Okay. No, go ahead.
Because if somebody like offers you a place to stay in exchange for sex, that could still be trafficking in a sense.
Well, hey, that's a why?
It's true.
Wait, how?
Because it's an exchange. You're holding because now this person is dependent on you for survival. Or people come from other countries, trafficked as well. And it's almost like an agreement.
Wait, if I have an apartment and I'm like, nah, you can stay here, but you gotta give me some pussy, that's trafficking?
Or maybe it's an exchange for something else.
But if you agree to it, how's that trafficking?
Yeah, but this person is more inferior to you. So it's not really a fair agreement. They're vulnerable.
Can I read the definition from the United States Department of Justice?
I'm probably wrong.
Yeah. No. There's truth to what you're saying. But again, it gets interesting.
Wait, this is trafficking or this sex trafficking?
This is sex trafficking from the United States Department of Justice. Justice.gov, for anybody who wants to look it up. Sex trafficking is the recruitment, harboring, transportation, provision, obtaining, patronizing, or soliciting of a person for the purpose of a commercial sex act in which a commercial sex act is induced by force, fraud, or coercion, or in which the person induced to perform such act has not attained age 18 years of age.
Well, then that's no, because if you agree to it, then it doesn't go with sex trafficking.
Somebody could agree to it.
I'm just saying, if you just agree.
Coercion.
Yes.
Nah, they coerce you.
Say you got the apartment. God forbid you have the apartment. Staying with you in exchange, but you could, people could be like, you have to sleep with my friend or whatever the case may be. It's not necessarily a one-to-one thing.
Okay.
It's very subjective. It could look different.
And
it does.
To my point, where he may go to jail for sex trafficking, but not the sex trafficking that we're thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people hear that, we're thinking like, okay, he's getting maybe kids from other countries. Like we're thinking this is like an international thing where this could easily be like what you just said. Like they could be in the studio. Yo, if you want this beat, you want this song, you got to do X, Y, and Z. And people think that's just normal industry shit. No, that's sex trafficking as well.
I don't know.
Now we have language for that. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you go.
What you mean? Language.
Like I feel like today, 2024, we say trafficking, sex trafficking. But back in the day, maybe in the 60s, let's say, when music was music still, it probably wasn't expressed like that. Or the industry,
the 60s,
like how
it was
people
mad
came
hippies. It was fucking everything, though.
Yeah, the culture was different. The climate was different. It's just now we have this awareness of Me Too.
Yeah.
That's what has happened.
I seen some guy, I forgot his name, and he was in the media, like black dude, but he had like
Stevie J?
No, I seen that too.
Yeah.
But what he said was he hit Puff up.
Okay.
And it was like, I need to have this intern for you. Can you do me a favor and use him as an intern?
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, no problem. So he took him in. He said he was there for like 2-3 months, and then he said the intern just stopped. And he said the dude never wanted to talk about it. Years go on, and he was like, what? Like, he brought him up. He said one day he told him, Puff hit him up, and this is allegedly whatever they said, right?
All allegedly.
Yeah, this is all allegedly. But he hit him up and said, if you don't, I need you to come over here and sleep with me, and if not, the intern is over. So he said, all right, fuck it, the intern is over. Like, I'm not doing it.
Wait, this the intern that said that?
Intern that said this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, there are a lot of things out there about shit like this, but that may be one, that may be true, that may be not true. We have no fucking idea.
I think this gets worse before it gets better. I think
For him,
it definitely gets worse before it gets better. I think we're gonna hear a lot of stories that we had no idea of what was going on. I think a lot of the even smaller issues of just like his conduct at work is gonna be exposed, and how he would talk to people and treat people at work. That's gonna come out. There's just gonna be a lot more information coming out in the next 5 to 10 years about this whole music industry bad boy run and all this like satanic shit that they claim that happens all behind the scenes in the industry. A lot of it is gonna come to life, but there's still gonna be a lot of questions and a lot of things that still are gonna be kept secret. But do y'all think he goes to jail?
Yes. Let's just say that, yes. I'm gonna say yes because I think that when?
Yeah.
Soon.
If he's to go, right, he got to go through due process just like anybody else. So his time will come. But what about
You think yes?
If if that's what the truth is after due process, but right now we can't speak. We don't know.
I say yes, but I also can make a very good no argument because I just think that they know what they're doing. Like, and a lot of people who allegedly things happen to are not gonna step out and say anything.
Right.
And that's the scary part. And that's just like with like when men rape women or when they abuse women. Like a lot of women don't want to step up and do that because either they're scared or things is gonna change in the shit. So same way in his, I'm not saying he did anything to A, B, and C, but what I'm saying is a lot of people are not gonna come out and say anything, and that may cause a change in where if he goes to jail, if he does not go to jail.
Okay. You said he goes to jail?
After due process, if that's what the evidence shows, then of course, right? Or I would guess he would have to go to jail, prison. Right?
Okay.
Conviction.
Yeah, if he gets convicted, he'll be in federal prison.
And by the way, there's a lot of men involved, right? And you're talking about women, but
no, I
think
said
about
men.
how many men are not.
No, I meant men. I'm just
okay.
saying. I was just putting it in another context where it's like women. When things happen to women, a lot of women don't want to step out. Like even with Harvey Weinstein, a lot of women didn't want to come out and say it because they whatever happened and process and shit happened in their careers and shit like that and who they want to be. A lot of these men that allegedly that they're saying are really high in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? And they have their following and they're not gonna say, oh yeah, he fucked me. They're not gonna say that. Are they? And is Usher gonna come out and say he fucked me? Because that's one of the ones he said. Is Meek gonna ever come out and say he fucked me? They're not gonna do that.
Listen, when the world gets to a time and place where it wants to evolve in awareness and change, it will. So you never know. It might be a few men willing to step up and say, me too.
But that's what I'm saying. If that happens, then I agree that he goes. But I just feel like a lot of that will not happen.
Man, look, Puff ain't going to jail. Just face the music. If he does, two things. Number one, somebody got a hold of Suge Knight and ask him about this situation. And Suge Knight said, if you go to jail, don't be calling yourself Brother Love in jail. That's number one. Don't do that. Number two, I don't think he goes to jail because I think his story is going to be in the front pages on the headlines and all that other stuff. But the real fight is gonna be happening between people that we don't even know about.
Right.
So there's people that's gonna be calling Puff of high stature and power. Yo, don't say this, do this, act this way, go to this event. This is a Star Wars fight that we're not even gonna really see.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the face of it is gonna be Sean Puffy Combs. But I think in the grand scheme of things, if he does go to prison, maybe 5 years, at most 10, it won't be for nearly as much time as the allegations say he should be going to jail.
Yeah, but then also they always throw big numbers though. It's like when you go and get you go in a car accident, you be like, yeah, I'm gonna go for $1 million. Yeah, they throw that. They just gonna see what sticks. If
that's what I'm saying.
Sticks, then...
So they're gonna say, yeah, we found guns in your house. They're gonna say that. They're gonna say, oh, we have evidence of you, bringing people over state lines and trafficking them that way. They're gonna say, they're gonna find those. I don't want to try to make it sound like I'm making light of the situation, but the lower tier sex trafficking things, as opposed to some of the brutal shit that he's being accused of. So I think he'll go to jail maybe for like some of like the lower tier things, which will add up to maybe at most 10. But if he doesn't get that, then I think he walks. I think he walks. But I do think they drag out this process. Like, we're not going to get a conviction for maybe 5+ years.
Nah, I think it happens.
Nah, they're gonna milk. They're gonna milk this because it's good TV.
It's happening too fast.
It's good TV.
Yeah, but it's happening too fast. There was Cassie.
Right.
It was Cassie. Nothing really happened. I don't think that. I could be wrong, but there's nothing that was in the media or news that said anything that was allegedly. So did anybody know about this sex trafficking? Because I didn't. And then it was raids.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. There was no other. No, it was Cassie. Then it was Meek, and then it was raids.
But I don't think it happened that fast. I think
Cassie was only like 2 months ago.
No. But I'm saying I think this investigation has been going on
for a long time.
Years.
No, I agree. But what I'm saying is now it's expedited. She started it to put us on notice. She ain't start the process of it. It's already been in process.
Right.
She just put the media on notice on what's happening because she's a high priority person. That's it. But shit has been happening. And ever since then, it's only been like a month and a half, maybe 2 months where now it's getting raided. It's fast. This is fast. And we didn't hear nothing about sex trafficking or drugs or any of the shit. We just heard about what he did with her. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then whoever else said anything at that point in time. And that shit was an open and closed case. That he paid that shit the next day. And then everybody thought it was about to be done. Now it's raids. A month later, they either they know something, or they have something, and it's gonna happen pretty quick. It's gonna happen fairly quick. That's just how I see it.
I don't see it that way. I think it's good TV, it's good press. I think media's gonna make a lot of money with this.
Oh, of course.
And they're gonna milk it for a very long time. And Puff has the lawyers to stretch this out for as long as possible. So I do think this is gonna last 5+ years before we get a conviction. That's just me, though.
I can see it going either way.
Because he's gonna fight.
Yeah.
He's gonna fight as he has the right to do. So yeah, use all those hundreds of millions of dollars that you've amassed over, these alleged crimes and all that other stuff. And like you said, due process.
Mm-hmm.
You have the right to due process. And we'll see. But I do think it's gonna take 5 to 10 years to get a real conviction. And then after all of that, he's only gonna go away for 5, 10 years. And all those stories and all those allegations will be gone in the wind. Mm-hmm. But I just want to know the truth about Biggie. If I get that, all the other stuff, as sad as it is, I just want to know the truth about Biggie. And Pac, because I heard some things about that too. But other than that, all the other allegations.
You think we ever get that though?
Well,
not even about this situation, right? Let's just not say. Do we ever get the conclusion of it?
I think if the truth comes out about Biggie and Tupac, and Pac is still alive, he's pulling up. He's pulling up. He's going to return, and shit is going to get real.
Well, he can return now. It's been long enough.
Yeah, but it's like return for what?
I know, right? Just so you'd be back in the eye again.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, if he really wanted to, he can return. Like, now there's no due process they could do for him.
That's true too.
It's over. Like, you can return.
No, there's
Nah, it's only like 10, 15 years.
no, there's no statute of limitations.
Yes, there is.
To rape?
No, rape? Pac?
Yeah, Pac was accused of rape.
I think there is, though.
I don't think there's a statute of limitations when it comes to rape. No, because fucking Bill Cosby just went to jail.
Oh, that's true. But he ain't saying rape. He said he drugged them.
Yeah, but they were still taking him to court for rape, though.
Yeah, but
But he got convicted for spiking the drinks.
Quaaludes. Would you? Okay, forget it. Let me ask this question.
And now Bill is free.
Yeah. Would you, if around that time, let's just say hypothetically speaking, like Quaaludes was it? Would you would have tried that? I think I would have tried one of them shits.
I don't even do drugs now. So.
I'm just saying, I think I would have tried one of them shits. Okay. I'll just,
right. Any more on Puff?
Nah,
No.
we good. That was a good that was a good one. We have a guest here. Let's talk.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. That was a great banter we just did right there.
Yes, that was awesome. So, I guess I just jump right into it. So, who I am?
You wasn't even nervous before. Now look. You was just chilling. Now you nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess start it up.
So for the, I guess let me introduce you, right?
Right.
So for those who don't know, this woman here is someone who does a lot of work in our community. A lot to do with mental health, a lot to do with helping people recognize, accepting their bodies. A lot of motivation. She's somebody who has been working for the people for years now. We worked together. What was that? 2016 probably. And me and Shanard. You remember Shanard? So, yeah. So me and Shanard went to the community center where she was working at, and she introduced us to the kids. And we spoke about fraternity life and stuff like that. And I think I did a hop or something like that, if I recall correctly. And
Oh, you did your shit?
yeah. And the kids loved it,
You
and
see him getting shit
so
done?
like stuff like that is the work that she's been doing for years now. And people like this, we have to make sure to give them their flowers while they're here. So let's just give a round of applause for Riz.
Thank you.
You don't want to put it
No
in?
problem. Whoa.
Hey, yo.
Yo. Nah.
40 Central.
I want to give her like a real round of
Hey,
What's
yo.
going on?
I said that was wild.
Okay.
He asked me a question that he had no business asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not repeating what I said, but
But yeah, so
yep.
in a nutshell, that's just some of who Riz is, and she's here to talk about some things that she has going on. We're going to talk about some mental health. We're going to talk about competition that she may be a part of. We may or may not get that tea today, and yeah. So welcome, Riz. I'm glad to have you on the show.
Thank you. I'm definitely grateful to be here. Both of y'all. Nice meeting you, Justin, for the first time. Definitely a character.
Me?
Yes.
Oh man.
I'm here for all of it though. But yeah, my name is Charisma. I do go by Riz. A lot of people know me as Riz. I'm from the Bronx, New York, Burnside, and Valentine.
Yeah. My fault. Sorry.
Second time you're making a face.
The first time was for a good reason though.
Well, what's wrong with where I'm from?
It's Burnside.
And where you from?
Right here. You where I'm from.
Oh, okay. So, do you go to Burnside?
I've been over.
What
there.
you was doing on Burnside?
Hey, we talk about that after this.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm from like the east side, so more like Valentine, Webster. Y'all was talking about sports, so I don't know if you know who Malik Sealy is.
Malik Sealy.
I think so.
What? He passed away in like, I think 01 or 2000. I can't remember anymore.
Malik Sealy.
Malik Sealy. He went to St. John's, and then eventually, I forgot what team he played on, but he played next to Kevin Garnett. They were like best friends. Anyway,
Malik
I'm from,
Sealy?
Malik
yes,
Sealy? I
I'm
guess
from where
it's
Malik
it.
Sealy is from.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to know who Malik Sealy
May
is.
20th, 2000. It says here he's from St. Louis, though.
Nah,
Oh, no. I'm like,
nah. Don't do
No,
that.
I read it wrong. I read it wrong.
Don't play with me.
I read it
he
wrong.
played
Yes.
insane. Okay.
It says he was born February 1st, 1970, and he's from the Bronx, New York. He
Okay.
died in St. Louis.
On Kevin Garnett's birthday.
Damn, that's
like,
crazy.
After a party. Car accident.
After,
what?
Yeah.
Shout out to the Bronx native Malik Sealy, man.
Word.
Rest in peace, Malik.
Word.
Rest in peace.
Because growing up, where I'm from.
That was your shit?
No,
Yo,
but my
yeah, I'm where
parents
from
would-
Malik Sealy from. That's what you're saying?
Nah, but my parents would often be like, "Oh, yo, you from where Malik Sealy's from?" I didn't know who Malik Sealy was, but
Well,
now
I mean,
I'm
what
like,
years had he played in the league? He is this
If it was with Kevin Garnett, then that had to be
Yeah.
like the early 2000s.
he died in
Mhm.
2000.
Oh, so that had to be the 90s.
Yeah. You gotta remember. How old are you?
you're not supposed to ask me that. I was born in '94.
Oh yeah. See,
I'll
I'm the
be
only one that can
30
probably
in
remember
June.
him though.
Okay. Well,
God.
you're 34.
Yeah, like he was playing in the 90s. I was like 10.
He played from 92
So,
to 2000.
then died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, passed away at 29 years old, man.
Sorry.
Right. Look at that.
But that's the
he
reason-
did a lot. He
Bro,
did a lot.
did a
Well, that's
lot.
the reason why we probably wouldn't really know him is because y'all was too young for him.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna remember that at 10 years old.
Yeah. Shout out to Malik Sealy, though.
Mhm.
But yeah, you were saying
I just feel like
Valentine
you
and
just call me old with that.
I mean,
Yeah, I just seen it.
you're
He's
only
like,
a few years older. I know a lot of people your age. Don't worry. Yeah, that's where I'm from. So
that's fine. I'm gonna watch some of his games. I'm gonna see if he was nice.
I mean, he averaged 10 points a game. So that's good.
In the 90s?
Hell yeah. What?
Yeah, that's not bad in the 90s. How many rebounds?
I'm assuming he was a point guard. No, he was a small forward. One season he averaged 13 and 3 rebounds, 2 assists,
Oh, he coming off the
and a
bench.
steal. Nah, that don't mean he's coming off the
No,
start.
I mean, how many games did he
It
start?
says game started 41
Yeah, he
out
came off the bench.
of 60.
Yeah, he came off the bench.
And then he started.
Oh, he started. He started.
But in the
one
year
season.
he averaged 13, he started
Yeah, that's-
79
that's his
games.
Good, yeah.
And then he started
77.
coming off the bench.
Oh yeah.
And then his last year he started.
Yeah. Oh man, rest in peace to him though.
Nah, he was good.
Yeah, hope him and his family good, man. I mean, well, not him, but you know what I mean.
mhm.
Damn, I just got caught.
Listen,
I just went down. Like I was just trying to.
It's okay. It's okay.
I hope his family's good.
Yeah.
But so you from where he's from?
Yes, I'm where he's from.
Is that the most famous person from where you from?
I don't know. I
They
wouldn't
gotta
say all that, but I
From
would.
Burnside? They gotta be
They
somebody
gotta
else
have a
from
baseball
Burnside.
player, bro. There's nothing but fucking Dominicans and Puerto Ricans over there.
That's what I'm saying. Wait, who the fuck is famous from where we from? First of
From
all,
Thursday?
we started hip hop.
I'm about to say
That's
the
Thursday?
one is
next side of hip-hop.
Grandmaster Flash. Grandmaster Flash from
Started
Throsneck
hip-hop.
Projects, Dewey Avenue.
Thank you.
Um,
Talk about it.
but at the Throsneck area, I know we had a player on the Mets.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we had two
Yeah,
players on
We
the
had 2
Mets,
players on the Mets. Felipe Lopez. We gonna take that.
actually. Okay, I'll take that one.
We're gonna
too.
take that. He was arguably the best Dominican basketball player ever. Who still comes out here to do some work. Yeah, we got some people. We got some people.
Yeah, and he got us.
We can low key take Kemba Walker. Soundview's close enough.
Nah, you can't take it.
Nah, we can take Kemba.
Soundview not claiming.
We could take Kemba. We could borrow Kemba.
I fucks with Kemba too. That's my nigga.
But yeah,
And they got us because when we get up, they gonna be like, "Yo, y'all
Word.
know them 40 Central podcast niggas? Yeah. Oh, they from my block. You know what I'm saying?
didn't that happen to
Listen,
you
it
at the
is
gym
what-
today?
Oh, didn't that
Oh,
happen? to you?
basically, it came up at the gym.
Oh,
See?
how was that? How was that altercation? How did that happen?
It's so I'm at the gym and I'm leaving the gym and I was talking about the podcast this evening and how I had to hurry up because I went to the gym earlier than usual today, to be here. And the guy that works at the gym, I went on the Instagram and I saw that he was following 40 Central and James, and I'm like, this is the podcast I was just talking about. And that's how it happened.
Oh, so
Your brother.
he was a fan. Oh, why?
Yeah, y'all got a lot of fans.
I appreciate you, man. Whoever you are out there, love you, my nigga.
There you go.
No, that was actually that's really that's really like cool for me personally, obviously because that's my brother. But a lot of the times when we go outside or whatever like that, we may not seem like we have like millions of views and thousands of views, right? But when I go outside, a lot of people know me from this.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
I don't know if that happens to you on often because you don't go outside as much as I do.
Well, I literally just seen G the producer 2 days in a row.
In the shop.
No, but we'll talk about that off camera.
Yeah. But I don't know. But it happens to me very often. Or like somebody says, "Oh yeah, I was wearing this," and then and
Wow.
somebody says it. So like I really appreciate. I was joking about it. Oh, that's it before, but I really do appreciate just even the word of mouth because I don't need somebody to watch every day or comment or do anything like that. Like just be like, "Oh shit, I know that." And oh, you going there? Oh, this time
Right.
third. That kind of makes me know that I'm right where I need to be. You know. Go ahead, therapist. You want
I'm
to
about to say
therapize me
therapy
right
is
now?
working because you said this is your therapy. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
working.
yeah. But talk to me outside after this. It'll be a different story.
Did you want to talk about like how you came up and like the whole?
Oh, what? Go ahead, James.
Nah, because I don't want
James,
to.
you don't want to what? No, go ahead.
Okay, so we had a conversation just about like the whole like foster care system and stuff like that, and how like a lot of kids who are brought up in that system don't like to talk about it too much, and they keep it to themselves, typically for fear of embarrassment, feeling ashamed, feeling like like they just like people just don't understand what they're going through, and I think for kids who are going through that when they're in school, most people have no idea that they're going through it. So I think as schools, we need to be better at creating a space for children who are going through that. Primarily because typically, like we just said, like they don't want to speak up and talk about it themselves. But
how is that possible, though? I don't.
What do you mean?
You're not gonna have a foster care club.
You can have a support group.
You know what I'm saying? But the problem is, a lot of them that are afraid will not go.
Right, but you could at least let them know. You can always let them know that there's a space to be had for it. Like for example, like for kids who lose their parents while they're in school. Like,
I agree.
Yeah, you could have a support group for those kids, and the adults know who the foster care kids are, right? So it's not like we have to go around. Oh, you in the system? You don't do that. We know them because they're in our system. So it's up to the adults to figure out how to create that safe space for them. But I think it is important to have those spaces because a lot of kids don't have people to talk to. And I wanted to know, would you like to share your experience with the system?
Sure. Even though I'm pretty privileged in a sense, and that's why I talk about where I'm from, because I'm from. If you know the Bronx, you know Two Stacks. That's where I'm from, and I had that upbringing. But I was fortunate enough to not have to go from foster home to foster home. I was with the same family from like 5 days old, which is my family. My mom and my dad and my brothers, and
5 days old? That's
5
crazy.
days old in 94. So it was a lot going on. But, I was fortunate enough to be raised in one household, 2 parents, my siblings, and really have a positive mindset and also a sheltered one when it came to being where I'm from. Like for a long time, my grandmother was in My Haven Projects. I didn't even know that was the projects. You feel me? Like that. It was just I'm not thinking about the struggle when I'm coming up. However, when I got old enough in school, because we're talking about identity now, you got Culture Day. Who I don't look like my parents.
Culture Day.
Yeah. So like in middle school,
we had that. You had that?
Y'all never had Culture Day?
Nah, I never had that.
Like throughout the whole school.
I don't think we had shit over here.
Nah, they had. No, I'm lying. No. We definitely had like a day where PS72 where everybody was like doing the dances and stuff like that.
Oh no! One time I brought in food.
Okay, so that's close.
I think I did that. I think I did that one time in my entire life.
Yeah. We definitely did that when we were kids.
I don't think I've ever like had anything like that, like relatively to that at all.
Well, y'all talking about public school. The time I'm talking about, by now I'm in middle school and I'm going to school on Broadway, Catholic school for the first time. I had a teacher. She was from Greece, like her whole family and everything. Her brother worked at the school too, Miss Angie. Shout out to Miss Angie.
Shout out to Miss Angie. Shout out to Greece.
Miss Angie.
Yes.
Greece is fire. You gotta go.
Listen, I want to go.
Fire.
Hopefully I can get there. But I remember her cultivating that kind of atmosphere in the Catholic school. Mind you, it wasn't that many black students, black teachers either. But
Oh, Miss Angie's black?
no, she was from Greece.
Oh. I don't know.
Her family is from Greece.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen,
But she was in
and I'm Ecuadorian, and there's
Oh.
some black ass Ecuadorians.
Well, don't get
But-
me started with BIPOC, right? I feel like all of us are pretty much interconnected. We were kind of talking about that earlier.
Mhm.
Like even when y'all was talking about fasting and drinking the same time with everyone all over the world, that's deep because everybody looks different, right? But may have the same faith or whatever the case may be. We're all
Or just doing it
interconnected.
like us. Yeah.
So we're more
That's
alike than
cool.
different. That's
Mhm.
my take on it. But anyway, identity. So moments like that, people didn't know I was like I wouldn't talk about it. You know, I didn't have that many friends coming over to my home, so it didn't really matter. But then when I got to high school, it was like, oh no, I got to talk about this because I got a little brother. My baby brother is like half Puerto Rican and half Italian. He's very light.
So you was raised in a Spanish household?
No, I was raised in a black household.
Oh.
So, like, my mom is more Southern. My dad was from St. Thomas, but pretty much black. It's just that my baby brother is. Yeah, he's adopted too.
Well, you saw my son.
Yes.
He's white as fuck.
Yeah, my little brother is almost
Exactly.
looks like that, but not with the blue eyes.
Oh,
But he's pretty up there. So I know it was hard for him too. But well, I grew up. My brother is adopted. I'm adopted, and my two little ones are adopted. So
Oh,
foster
okay.
care is one thing. Adoption is another thing.
Really?
Some children don't get to become adopted.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so in foster care, that means you go from household to household?
Not necessarily, but
But that's a possibility
It's a
because you're not adopted.
You're not adopted.
My aunt is really sick right now. Oh shit! No way, Rick James, man.
Hey,
What up, man?
Pull up for Rick James,
Yes,
man.
yes, Rick James.
James
We
in
miss
the
seeing you
building.
on here. I haven't seen this in a long time,
Yes,
man.
yes,
Appreciate
yes.
you. I hope everything is good with you, man, for real.
We still got to send you your shirt.
Yes, we still got to send you something. He doesn't want to send us the address, so we're waiting for you to send us the address. You get whatever you want,
Well,
whatever.
we'll just send it to
we get.
Vegas, and then
Yeah,
I
and
guess
then
you can
be like,
find
yo,
it from
anybody know Rick James? And you're just gonna go find this shit. But my aunt, when I was younger, my aunt has dementia right now, and from what the stories that they told me from when she was, when I was young, I wasn't even born yet actually, but she used to take in a lot of kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, I don't know the story behind it. I don't know what, but there was a lot of them. Like she would just take them in, like whatever helped them out and whatever. So I never understood the difference between being a foster kid and if you're gonna get fully adopted. But then I understood it at a point in time. It was like adoption is like this is my family now. Right?
Yeah. You get a name.
You get.
like birth certificate.
So I have a question. I don't know. You can answer it if you want to, or you don't have to. You can tell me no. But like, the reasoning why you was in the foster system, right? Well, maybe what it is. If wasn't because your parents had passed, have you ever thought about trying to find them?
I've met my parents.
Oh, you have met. Okay.
I ended up having to meet them. Yeah, it happened. And
having
I know
to.
in a sense. Yeah, like it happened.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really plan it, but it happened. You know, honestly, my mom. So when I say my mom, I'm talking about the woman that raised me.
Right.
My mom, Patricia. God bless you.
Shout out to
That's my
Patricia.
mother. Like I said, we were sheltered. She didn't really want us. I don't want to say she didn't want us, but I guess she was more aware of what comes with meeting your parents, and you know, she knew them from when we were babies. So I didn't meet my biological dad until I was like 15, going on 16.
Did it matter at that point in time?
To me,
Mhm.
I feel like I had the mindset of I have my family, I have my parents. I knew I was adopted by then, but I wasn't pressed to meet them. I would avoid talking to my biological mom. I felt like I didn't need her. You know, I just wanted to keep my idea of who I was and what I had, and that was it.
I can appreciate that, right? Because my biological dad hasn't really been in my life for probably, how old am I? 34 years. He's there. He's just not my dad. My dad died, what, 3 years ago? Maybe 3 years ago. And that was the man who raised me when I was a baby, I guess. Let's just say it. Not, but I can appreciate that because at the point in time, I just felt like I really didn't need this nigga. Like he's not like not saying that I'm not gonna care about a lot of things. It's like I already learned so much from my dad. What do I need to learn from you? Oh, what? That was just my thought of it. Like everybody thinks differently,
Right.
but I can understand why you're like, oh, listen, I already have my life. Like if he never would have came back into my life, I probably would have been okay. If I'm saying it right, I don't know.
I mean, I think however life is gonna happen for you
It's
is
gonna
gonna
happen.
happen. But I do also believe that it's important to know yourself.
Mhm.
And nature versus nurture all matters. It's not just who raises you or
Mhm,
who
mhm.
you know, but you have genes, and it's important to know who you are, especially when you start your own.
Yeah, but
family
did
and
you
stuff.
know your mom and dad's your biological's family? Because I'm in tune with my family. I'm just not in tune with him.
Oh, because you got the whole family.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not in. I just.
Right. So that's a whole nother
That's
thing.
why I'm saying that was different for
Mhm.
me. Like I get where you was coming from, but for me, I have that's still my whole last name, my whole side is.
Right. You got it.
I'm good with that. I know I've been to
Exactly.
Ecuador. I've been chilling. I've seen a lot of things. I've did all that shit. It's just the person that wasn't there for me when I was from what I assumed. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with not having.
I think that's fair, especially since you had a father figure. It's like you lost out.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. But did you feel like that? Like
It changes. It changes. Like I'm 29 now. Um, let's see. That had to be like 2010 or so when I met him. It had to be 2010, 2011 or something like that. It affected me. Like I ended up failing my regents and everything. Like I went home. It was just
not the Regents.
yo. It was a
You could tell
crazy
she was in
summer.
Catholic school. I'm gonna do.
Yo, it was a lot. But I made it through. Like I forget he's fine because he was more honest with me, like, yo, I just felt like y'all probably better off, excuse me, with somebody else. Because they were
Respect it.
doing what they was doing in the 90s, 80s, whatever. They've been doing that before I came along. Because I was the last one they had. And I have 3 older brothers that they both, my biological mom and dad had together. So that was his whole thing. He's still alive. God bless him. I don't talk to him every day, every year. So it is what it is. My biological mom, when I met her, that was real surreal. Well, it was surreal because let me see how old was I? I was like 19 going on 20 or something like that. It was May 2014. I just met her. Wasn't supposed to meet her. I didn't know I was going down to the DMV. Ends up going down there. I meet her. Feels like I'm looking at a mirror.
She was working?
No, she was down there. Yo, she changed her life, had a child, got married. She was married, had a child. She was living her life. Like being a grandmother to my older sister's children. And, she turned her life around. Funny enough, they're both from Soundview. But the thing is, it's like people left the Bronx in New York and never turned back. So,
Wow.
That was her whole thing. And I feel like with my mom's side, that's their thing. It's like they left, they don't come back. So nobody was really checking for us, like me and my older brother, because we have the same mom and dad that I was raised with too. But they were there. And when I met my maternal grandmother, so my biological mother's mom, she was like, yeah, I was so hurt when your mother, talking about my mother that raised me, when your mother changed our last name.
Because she couldn't find you?
No, they knew where we was at. And that's the thing. And I knew that growing up. I knew that they knew where we were at. My mother never moved.
Hid you guys?
Never.
Yeah, okay.
Even when they weren't supposed to have access to us. So, but I was like, yo, if you wanted our last name to stay that certain last name, then one of y'all should have been taking care of us. That's how I felt about it. I'm like 19 years old talking to this light-skinned lady. But she was so hurt by me saying that, but it's the truth. Like, she's like, well, we were old. My mother, when I came around, my mother that raised me, she was like 50 years old. My mom about to be, sorry, Mom, about to be 80. So, and my dad was 10 years older, than her. So they did a great job with us 4 that they adopted and raised from babies. Now, if we're talking about foster care, sometimes children or young people, teens, they just end up in the system and never get adopted because they're getting removed from their home later on in life. And now maybe family is not an option, or the system, foster care wants you to go with family at first. But if you can't have family, of course, they want to try to find somewhere to put you. Then they had group homes and all kind of things going on. So with my particular situation, I feel real blessed, privileged, to be adopted, and I just try to be a resource for other people, hold space for other people, and just have that self-awareness. But it wasn't always like that. It's been a whole journey.
I bet.
I want to know, at what age did you realize that, okay, these are my foster parents, and how
They're
did
my parents?
okay, apologies. Thank you for the correction. So at what point did you realize, like, okay, your biological parents are somewhere else?
I had to be like 4, 5. I think like 5 or 6. It was a composition notebook. So we lived in a duplex. Still, well, my mom's still in another one, but we used to live in a duplex. So there was a downstairs and upstairs. All the bedrooms were upstairs. My older brother, who's 2 years older than me, one day he was like, "Come with me." I'm like, "All right." We have the same blood and everything. Come with me. I'm like, "Okay." We're going to my parents' room. I remember there's a composition notebook, and it has my name, but with a different last name. So he's like, "Yeah, that's your name. You adopted." I'm like, "You lying?"
Damn, he went crazy.
There's no way.
Wow.
He found that
Yo,
shit and said, yo, I'm taking her down with me.
Right.
I don't know if he knew. Like, I don't know what made
Did he
him
find
that day.
his?
I don't know.
Oh.
I just remember the composition notebook, him telling me that, and I'm like, "Nah, there's no way." He was like, "No, mommy, daddy's not your real parents." I'm like, "There's no way." And you know how back then they had house phones, and it had the curly cord that was stretched? Yo, I ran downstairs. I remember my dad was sitting in his chair at the kitchen table, like his normal chair. My mom was like on the phone in the kitchen. I remember the cord being, like, the phone is on the wall. So she's by like the sink doing something on the phone. And I straight up went to her and was like, "You can't tell me what to do anymore. You're not my mom."
Oh shit.
I kid you not. I remember talking my dad gave me that day. I'm going to put it like that.
Talking?
The talking, yeah. I'm going to honor my father and mother. The talking that they gave me, that he gave me that day, it was just like, I never want to hear you say that ever again. So I was really young. I'm thinking like 5, probably like 5 years old.
Do you know whether or not that was the plan that your mother had? Well, I'm sure she didn't know you was gonna find out that way. But do you know if she had a plan to break the news? And the reason why I asked that is because there was an actress that was just on the Breakfast Club not too long ago. She was a black actress. I think it was Kerry Washington? I don't remember.
Kerry Washington, really?
It was a black actress on the Black Breakfast Club, and she was adopted, and she was saying that I think she had like just recently found out that she was adopted, but she always had in the back of her mind that something was off about how she was growing up, but she didn't think anything of it. She thinking that these are her biological parents because that's what she grew up to believe. So, 2 things. I guess it's a 2-part question. 1, do you know if your mom had a plan to break the news to you differently, to break that to you differently? And 2, like, how do you feel about that situation with that black actress? I'm gonna look that up too.
That's tough.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, I don't see what that was.
I don't know if my parents had a plan, but I know that wasn't their plan. And
well, obviously, it's just like Christmas and you're hiding the gifts and you fucking find them.
Yeah.
Like, like.
Right. I use the bathroom so bad.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
Go ahead.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna look
I
up.
can't take it.
You should have said that before. This way, come on, be good.
Okay, sorry, guys.
Nah, you good. You good. Nah, you
You
good.
want to text him? You good? Who you think that was? Kerry
I
Washington?
think it was Kerry Washington. I'm about to look it up right now. Woman. Does anybody know who that woman is? Because on Breakfast Club, trying adoption story.
So what? She just find that out?
Yeah, she was, because she had wrote a book about it, and she was on there like promoting it or whatever. And I want to say it was Kerry Washington, but I could be wrong.
I mean, I think the situation is tough. I know a lot of people like that was in like the foster system, so like that, and I think I know a lot more people now than what I did when I was younger. Because I don't think they. I could be wrong. I'll ask, but I don't like. They don't like to talk about it.
Yeah, no, that's why I asked that
They said it was
question
Kerry
because
Washington.
it was
Kerry
right.
Yeah.
See, my memory ain't that bad. Yeah, this is it right here. And then she was just talking about how like she grew up and didn't know her biological parents, and she said how she just now found out, and she's like dealing with all those emotions of finding out that the parents who raised her were not her biological parents. And I just found that astounding because I can imagine what it's like growing up that way, where you have this eerie feeling in your stomach, knowing that like something is off, but you can't.
Put your finger on it.
Yeah, you
It's
can't
like,
figure it out. So she went her whole life with that feeling, and then like just recently got the news, and I'm like, that's wild. That's wild to me.
I mean, but
You good?
yeah, you
Yes.
are.
I'm so sorry.
She was shaking her legs. She was like,
Yeah. Yeah, guys, I'm okay. I'm not emotional. I really had to use the bathroom. But so was Kerry Washington?
Yeah, it was Kerry Washington. And she's from the Bronx, I believe.
Kerry?
I believe so.
Oh, I'm not a big fan
Really?
of her.
I think she's from the Bronx.
People often bring up Scandal.
I never watched that.
Me neither. Yep. January 31st from the Bronx, New York.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Okay, Kerry.
Oh, you know what I did start watching? I think I said it in the car. Three body problems. You have to watch it. It's actually really good. It's about how can I do it without saying the plot of the whole thing and the ending? Okay, it's about like people who find out that there is aliens.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not real.
It's not obviously it's not real. It's a show.
Oh.
But
I'm
it's
good.
really it's really really good.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, you should watch it then.
I'm gonna check it out.
Somebody should watch
I'm
it.
definitely gonna check it out.
I was watching it. It's like it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. They trying to kill us. I just think that the shit that they talk about. I think that when you watch something, I just don't feel like it's far fetched from reality. Like they have to have something that either inspired it or they know something. So like I try to take a little bit out of everything that I watch. Because I'm like, okay, if they know this or they doing this or this information that they showing us and this and like even the calculations is like that's possibly done already and they can get us. And so I watched it. It was pretty good. I don't know why I thought about it. Scandal came up, made me think about what I was watching. That's probably what happened. But okay.
Yeah, along those lines, I told everybody to watch Choppy. Nobody watched it.
Choppy?
Yeah.
That was the with the fucking
With the robot.
Robot?
Yep. I told y'all to watch Choppy because of artificial intelligence. Y'all didn't listen to me, and now AI is here. But that's neither here nor there. Just wanted to piggyback off of that. So we were talking about your parents, and you was talking about like what your mom had planned for you.
Yeah,
Then you said, guys, I gotta.
And then I asked you, yes, and then I asked you about.
I'm so rude.
Kerry,
She was like,
Kerry Washington.
fuck your question, I gotta pee.
Yeah. That's how you know it was real.
Yeah, she was like, yo, guys, I gotta.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't think my parents ever really had a plan. I do think I remember asking, but I vaguely remember my mom probably just hinting at the fact that, it was just gonna play out when it played out.
But at that point in time, you already knew.
Well, I found out like 5 years
Exactly
old.
what I'm saying. So what about the others that she adopted? Did she ever have
Others.
I mean, you said there was like 4, right? 4 or
Yes,
5?
it's my older brother and my 2 little brothers, the others. My brothers. Those my babies.
Those are your the older one.
family.
The older one is your biological, and the other 2 are not, right?
They're not biological, but
Right.
those are my brothers.
But how did they give them that same because they didn't know, right?
Yeah.
So
I
did
think
they ever bring it out to them in a certain type of way? Like, okay, listen, this is how I'm gonna tell you because I didn't get that chance to do it for you.
I would have to ask them. I don't think so though. But however, my little brother who's really light, He went through it in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And then them two are only like 9 months apart. One is February, one is November, I believe. So I think they're like, I don't know, I'm not that good at math. I think they're like 9 months apart.
That is 9 months.
It is.
Good job.
Well, they were both born in 98. One is obviously really lighter. It's like you and James sitting next to one another and y'all telling people, yeah, this is my brother. And then you got to go back and forth with.
Bro, you met my brother today.
Exactly.
There you go.
Imagine when I go
And I
outside
said to
with
him,
him.
I said,
What you said? What you said?
I was like, I don't know what I said, but something along the lines like, you Latino? Like, I said, you Latino, right? You know? And he did make a face and say something, but that's my personality. Like, I'm just being, I'm curious.
Nah, that's mad funny.
Imagine when
Y'all
I go
really
outside.
brothers, though.
Imagine when I go outside and I say that.
Y'all really brothers, though.
Sure.
Like biological brothers.
Sure.
No? Yes? I
Sure.
feel like I can see it.
Oh, you can see it?
I could be wrong, though, because people do that to me. Oh, you look like your parent. Oh, I do, really. Yo, you really look like your mom. Really? Thank you. But I know, I don't. But I think I could see it in the eyes, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Be wrong. But they say, when you hang around somebody a lot.
I don't hang around him. I don't like him that much.
I've heard that too.
Yeah, I think that's true.
They said my dog and my son look alike.
Your dog?
Listen,
Yo.
I heard that about the dogs, too.
Nigga said, yo, why they look alike? But I can't even explain it.
I can hear him saying that too. That's hilarious.
I was dying. I'm like, yo, did my mom hit me up? They was like, yo, why they look like twins? I'm like, because they both light skin and with light eyes.
Shout out to the
wow.
man.
I did want to answer that other question, though.
Yes, about Kerry Washington.
What was
They
the
look
question?
alike?
Well, I knew it was a pit with that because you said the eyes.
They do look alike, though. They don't look
say
alike?
nothing. Your dog is gorgeous.
I'm not gonna say Cole looks like a pit bull.
Look at
Right.
that. Look at that. Look at that. Nah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
I'm not
Spirit cousins. So I wanted to know about when it comes to.
You can if you.
It's gonna get cold. I'm good.
Oh, okay, I'm good.
When it comes to Kerry Washington and like how her parents brought it to her, which was when like she was like an adult and like in her career, like she's just now finding this out as of recently. I think so. I think that's how the story was explained when she was on the show. So I guess, do you think her parents should have told her earlier?
I feel like if she questioned it when she was younger, then maybe. I recently, maybe like not too long ago, I can't remember when. I ain't gonna say when. But I had a friend that I've known since like high school or so, and they knew I was adopted. But they recently told me that they just found out after all these years in their adulthood that they're adopted.
Wow.
But they always knew something was.
Mom, am I adopted?
Yo,
Yo, you right. Yes on this shit is crazy. 35 years. Just let me know. The fuck, let me know. I would rather know though. I think because my curiosity would want to know where I came from and everything like that.
Your humanity is gonna want to know.
I have another question in the realm of maybe you may be able to answer it or not, but I know some people who have been in the system, but they have abandonment issues.
Mm-hmm.
So getting into like starting something or getting into like a relationship, something like that, it's kind of tough because at the end of the day, that thought is always there. Has that? I don't know. Did I just strike something real quick? She was about to answer me before I said everything. I just want
to hear.
Give me your opinion on that situation right there.
Abandonment?
Just in general with the abandonment issues, getting into something, and even though you may have had the person right in front of you, it's just like scary, I guess.
It is scary. For instance, I don't want to call it. Okay, let me be real. I think abandonment is in my head, probably, that I know I can be abandoned, but with my situation, I was taken away. So it's not like, oh, they just decided to leave. They had no choice. It was the 90s. Once you was already doing things wrong and you kept popping babies out, they were snatching all of them. Now, people have rights. You know, you get processed with every child you have. But back then, they didn't really they didn't have the right to really fight for me either. And they were going through other things. So when I think about abandonment, I think I have more so attachment
Okay, I can see that.
concerns more than abandonment. Only because I've been abandoned in a sense, right? Or I know what it's like to not have or to go through grief or losing something and it's really still here. So now,
But I think that's different. Attachment and abandonment.
yeah, I don't
Attachment
fear
is
that somebody's gonna leave. I'm more,
afraid that you're gonna
I'm a,
cling on.
no, I'm probably gonna detach because I know that nothing lasts forever anyway. Or nothing's like promised.
Y'all lost me.
Okay, so
Y'all lost
I don't
me.
know, y'all. Am I making sense?
no, you are to me. You definitely are to me. But nothing's promised. Nothing makes sense. But then again, when you have that mentality, you just let yourself not be able to even get to that point.
No, I date.
Yeah, but then it's like, okay, if this doesn't work, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but I move on. I don't just stay just to stay. Like, I'm gonna move on because of what I've been through. I know what I want.
Mhm.
I know there's things I need to do for my bloodline. So I'm not about to waste my time in a situation that's not leading to any real fruit.
Okay.
Because I'm not living for me. I'm living for like my grandchildren right now. That's how I see it. Yeah, I'm somebody's grandchild. I'm living for my grandchild.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all. I forgot.
No.
Nah, you good, you good.
We had our own little conversation just now. Like we
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
I want to know
I don't-
about
yeah, I don't
about
have any more
school
on this.
and
Yeah.
how, you know, like growing up the way you grew up. You know, you had your parents,
Mhm.
but you still had that like attachment to quote unquote the system, and you know you were adopted, right? So it's like you had that dynamic that was a part of your who made up Riz. So
Yes.
how did that affect you in school at all? Being that, you know, like you said, you didn't speak to anybody about it.
Yeah, not really. I feel like in school, how did it affect me in school? That's a good question. I don't want to say it really affected me that much in school. Not until, like I said, when I met my biological dad and
Mm.
I ended up, my mom had to come get me from school like the next day. I met him like that night before. And like the next day she had to come get me. And I just remember her saying, "This is why I didn't want you to meet him." Um, but in school, I was fine. Like I said, back then,
Mhm.
before high school, I had the mindset of like, I'm good. I have my parents, I have my siblings, I have my home. I don't know this lady or that man like that. I didn't know them.
Mhm.
I would hear about them, but I didn't know them like that. So
I'll just cut you up, but Rick James said 5.0 zoom on your smile. Just smile.
thank you. God is good.
So now you said in high school you met your biological dad and that affected you. So can you talk about the importance of schools having spaces for kids to be able to express how they feel about whatever it is that they're going through?
Definitely. Because even right now, I was doing work with like you can have a girls group, a guys group. I think it's really important to hold space for young people to explore their emotions, right? Just having like I used to teach a advisory class as a social worker in the 7th grade, and the different topics is important to explore with the young people. But if you sit with them, you go deeper. You'll see naturally they want to talk and express. You just gotta definitely have a sense of confidentiality, and then have them develop group norms where people can express themselves freely. I feel like we have more of that today than we did back then.
Okay,
Definitely wasn't there for me.
so let me ask you a question from a teacher's perspective. If you know that a kid is or has been in the system or is currently in a foster home,
Mhm.
do you think a teacher should approach that kid and ask them about what's going on, or do you wait for the child to express to the teacher, "Hey, this and this just happened, or this is going on in my life. Like, how do you think a teacher should navigate it knowing that information?
Well, let me say this. Shout out to the teachers because I'm not a teacher. I didn't go to school for education. Right? I went to school for social work. I could teach here and there, but that kind of relationship I have as a social worker with young people is way different than what a teacher would have. My ethics are just way different. Now, you have teachers that do an excellent job at connecting with young people, right? On an interpersonal level as well. And that can motivate them in and out of the classroom. If that teacher is seasoned enough to hold all that information and know what to do with it, I say go ahead, right? You know, if that child trusts in you and it comes up, I don't think you're going to directly ask that student unless you have concerns. Like, maybe y'all talking about it in a team meeting, like, for all I know.
Mm-hmm.
But the person that's really trained to have those conversations would be the social worker. But a lot of the time, social workers get a lot of stigma. And students don't want to talk to the social worker for different reasons. Teachers don't even like talking to the social workers for certain reasons. I just say, as long as you know what to do with that information, if you feel like a child is in danger, I hope you're following up with the right appropriate person to look out for that student or child. But if they know how to hold it, have that conversation with that young person, because they be going through. But they don't be having nobody to talk to.
I think that on like your level, where I assume the question was from what you teach, from like you teach from like what you've taught from like an older mindset kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you say for somebody who you was 4?
What do you mean?
Like you was 4 years old, 5 years old, and they going through that. Like, how can they reach out and do that to those smaller, like smaller kids or younger minded kids at that point? So it's like I think that a lot of the kids that if you come across them in high school, they could be like, oh, I feel like this, because they can express themselves. At 4 or 5, you may not be able to do that.
No, at 4 or 5, you may not be able to do that. I mean, these 4-year-olds today.
Yeah, my son is a genius.
Okay, because they can tell you about yourself and what you're going through.
Yeah, my son literally can have a full-blown conversation with you. He's been talking to me like that since he was 2.
That's what I was about to say.
You know what I'm saying? But if I'm assuming if he felt like that because he's so good in school, he might have said something. But how do you approach that, like, as a teacher point of view? Because, like,
well, you definitely got to work with the parent, right? I mean,
it's tough because as a teacher, you don't know, like again, it goes back to relationship building.
Right.
So if you have, from my perspective, if you have a relationship with that kid, you can ask them questions in a way just to ensure that they think that they're okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that there is like a thin line that you can, but you can't. Like, once you start getting into like their personal lives and things like that, like, because now you can also make the kid uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have all the best intentions in the world, checking on the kid, but now the kid knows that you know their information and they could be uncomfortable in your space. And technically, you're not supposed to ask them anything.
Yep.
So that's why I asked the question, because it's really, and I'm glad you brought it up with the younger kids, because it's even tougher with that demographic, because you don't like, school is their safe haven.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be their safe haven. So you don't want them to feel uncomfortable at all. But as a teacher, especially if you care for the kids, you're going to want to ask them to make sure that they're okay.
Like, no funny shit though. There's been times where I've thought, you seen how white my son is. I'm Spanish. Look at his sisters. Look at my mom. Look at my stepdad. He's black with dreads. You're gonna go and pick him up in school. Like,
right.
I don't think that my son is gonna have any type of issues growing up with his identity. But my baby mother brought that up to me a month or 2 ago. She was like, "Do you think that he's gonna feel this?" And I said, "No, I don't think so, because obviously there's so much mixed races right now."
Right.
But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Or what if his grandfather want to pick him up one day? And like, yo, who you white? Look at this black guy with braids coming to pick you up.
You cross that bridge when you get there,
and that's what I said. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it, because he's like, that's my dad. That's when I walk into school, all the people like, oh, that's my dad, or like, oh, that's my sister. I said like he has so much, and it is scary.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not afraid of it though, because I think that I start young and tell him like, yo, like, we good, we straight, like He knows his uncles. Like if Zay wants to go pick him up, that's my uncle. You know what I'm saying? He's
Exactly.
like, but I think that we also have to, as parents, have to give it to the teachers too, because they deal with a lot of shit that they're with them a lot of times more than we're with them.
Yes.
Especially if we working or we pick them up at a certain time, whatever like that. And that's why I said a lot of kids have a very good impression of him because he is that person for them in that school that they could go to and talk to. If the kids don't have somebody that they could talk to, like said person, A, B, and C, whoever that may be, it's tougher because like I may not want to talk to him about something, but the kids do. Or like I said, the little kids might not understand how to say something, but he may or may not see that or feel that. It's tough. Teachers have tough doing that shit.
Yeah, it's really tough because again, like you could lose your job going about it the wrong way, but have all the good intentions of the world.
Yeah.
That's where it gets tricky. But is there anything else that y'all wanted to touch on?
I don't want to touch on this anymore. I think we did. This is pretty good. We had a.
Is there anything about your upbringing that you would want to touch on that you haven't spoken about yet while we're still here?
No, I know you just wanted to ask about the foster kid thing, being from the Bronx.
That was a very good conversation. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was.
It was good.
Very informative. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. No, I love that. You know what it is? You got to remember just what I did want to say was this, especially about James being that person that go to at the school. Not everybody has those skills. So when a place has a person like that children trust, adults trust, administration trust, they have to hold on to those people.
I want to piggyback on that because I think that we need people like that, and then you need people like me, which is the fact that all the kids want to be in my house. Yes. I'd rather them, or my daughter and her friends want to stay there. My cousins want to stay there. My little cousins want to be there. Like, we need parents and adult figures to make sure that this is a safe haven for you also. If you could sit down and have a conversation with him, you know that you could sit down and have a conversation with me. No judgment. All my daughter has her friends in the house. They chilling, but they want to be there because it's safe.
Safety.
Right. So you need both of those. Oh, shit.
Right. Well,
Yo, what's up with you, bud?
Yo, we were just talking about you.
Why you talking about me, my nigga?
Nigga, you got a job?
Nah.
Yo, you live on the podcast right now, by the way, so...
I'm about to say some crazy
No.
shit.
You know her?
Yeah, Mom. What up?
Can you put a shirt on?
Word. I'm in the crib, bro.
You want to say something to the audience? They listening to you right now. Don't say nothing stupid either.
Why would it not? What's good,
Yo,
my
why
guy?
would you turn the camera my way? He don't got a shirt on, bro.
I'm looking at him. I'm looking
I
at
don't want to look at him with no
It's from
shirt
the
on.
waist up, though. Like,
It's from the
not
waist
like-
up, though.
I'm good.
That's what he
What's good,
said.
brother.
The beard is covering a lot.
The
Nah,
beard is
it's
coming.
all right.
Yo, why would you move the camera? Goodbye. 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 Yo. I hate him. That's who you met?
That's who I met today.
Yo, he is comedy.
Well,
bro.
I've seen him at my gym multiple times, and he tried to convince me.
You got a job.
Yeah, that's... Who's the older one?
Him.
No way.
Oh my
For real?
god.
Oh, you were so, like, tough on him. I thought it was you.
Nah, that's funny, yo.
It's retarded. Ma, you better call him. I'll tell you that right now. I know you're watching, so you better call him. He's just... It's weird.
Shout out to him, man. We gotta do
Shout
an
out
episode.
to your mom.
That too. Facts. Mishu Style Creations too. Go follow that. That's her business that she got going on.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. All right, so we're going from... that was a really good talk about foster
One
care.
more thing.
Yes.
Education
Yes.
and emotions. Do y'all have SEL in your school?
I don't know what that is.
Social emotional learning.
Yes. It could be better, but technically on paper we do.
All right.
You teach SEL?
I do.
Oh, well, now we got SEL at our school.
Now, all right, y'all.
Well, y'all
heard
better
him
pay
say
her.
it.
Y'all
I would literally just go for the love.
Fuck that.
I believe in holding space.
We're not doing
fuck that.
We're not doing that.
Nah,
We're
we
not
getting
doing
everybody paid this
Inspire
year.
all the
Nah,
young
we getting,
people
nah,
to
fuck
share
that.
and be
Listen,
sensitive.
it's gonna sound bad. No, I'm not even gonna say it. But
Well-
we having a great podcast. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah. We lost 2 counselors this year.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Don't
so-
even put that on. No, because
What
you
you mean?
know I'm gonna get a text message later.
I mean, it's the truth. Want me to not?
Matter of fact, text him. Do not text me.
That's fair.
See, look. here
But
she
they
goes.
just
They hired
they
someone.
hired
already?
one.
Oh.
I think there's one vacancy right now.
Don't even.
We're trying. So I know what you insinuating about.
I just
So
don't
yes,
want to get a
we've
text message tomorrow
tried,
because I got
trying.
Then she's gonna be like, "Call JT, call this, do this."
But I don't see why we couldn't have somebody at least like part time come in and do SEL. Like I think they need it.
Definitely need it.
Need it because we don't. They don't, right now our kids don't really have too many people to go to.
It's not
And the
later
teachers
now.
are overworked.
See, look, see, they playing with her job. See.
Oh, I already know. Look,
See?
listen.
I
Wait,
tell
your
her.
already-
mom is a counselor too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, mom.
She's looking for like a job in a school.
In a school.
Yeah, she wants to be in. She has a love hate with being in schools or whatever like that. I could be wrong. I have no fucking idea. But she wants to be there because obviously my daughter's there, her niece is there. You know what I mean? Like a lot of things closer to the family. You know what I'm saying? So she wants to do that. But if it's possible, she would love to do something closer to us.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying shit because that's his problem.
Listen, if I had the power to do it, if I had the
Not
power
my
to do it, it
problem.
would have already happened by now.
Yeah, that's
But,
not my problem.
But yeah, but now that there is that one vacancy, so we're working
She
on
be over
closing
there.
that
She
deal.
be over there screaming at all the fucking the counselors and all that shit.
Oh, she doesn't scream. All right, you can't do that. She don't scream on the counselors.
She be barking at them though, like, "Yo, did you get my fucking resume?"
No, she don't. She goes in there and she asks, the right way. What's going on?
Yeah,
That's
what's up
it.
with my resume?
Rightfully so.
What's
Rightfully
up?
so.
Did you get my shit or not?
Yeah, that's crazy. I've never witnessed that, so I can't account to that. But yes, you were saying about education.
Yes, and social emotional learning.
What about it?
Did y'all have it at the school? That's what we were talking about.
Oh no.
Yes or no?
Yes or no? Like I said, on paper, yes. Is it being implemented the right way as best as we need it? No. And that's primarily because we lost 2 counselors this year who were responsible for teaching SEL in the classrooms.
Listen, I've been there. Understand. And I was working for a charter school. But sometimes
Yep.
you gotta. I know y'all know. School is different now.
Very
Shit, I
different.
haven't been in school in a long time.
It's very different. These young people are going through different things,
Mhm.
and safety should always be number one.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that y'all get some real good counselors or social workers in there.
Fingers crossed.
So social workers and all that stuff. Did you do like counseling and all that too? Like, is that like together? Like, I never had to talk to social workers. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Social worker can do counseling, 1-to-1,
Okay.
group,
Is
stuff like that.
like that's therapy too and all that? Like,
It's therapeutic. Mm-hmm.
okay.
All right, wait, time out. So
Yeah.
before that, you went to school for this stuff, right?
Right.
So like, where'd you go to school? Like, and what's your degree in? Like let people know. Like,
Who
flex a
am I?
little bit.
Yeah, my sister's from the Bronx.
Yeah, flex a
your
little bit.
shit.
Flex a little
Yeah,
bit.
because
Yeah,
she's
it's
from
okay. Flex a little.
what is
Go
this
for the
nigga's
glory of
name?
God.
Malik Beasley?
No,
No.
now you're old in.
That's not his name.
Malik Sealy. Okay, and you know what? I also want to say this. No, the reason why I also brought him up is because y'all are men and y'all like sports, but I don't know if you ever heard of Echo Park.
Malik Beasley is crazy.
Yo.
Nah, I never.
Y'all gonna respect
That
man's
wasn't
name.
me.
I didn't do that on purpose. All right, see, we're not
That's
doing that.
sad.
Y'all know I love the Bronx.
Nah,
Y'all know I love the Bronx. We're not
Apparently,
doing
y'all only
that.
love
You
Bronx
said
neck.
Beasley.
Malik Sealy. I'm sorry. I apologize. I meant Malik Sealy. I know what I meant.
Do y'all know Echo Park?
I do not.
Oh, it's where a lot of, you do?
What's that?
A lot of basketball tournaments used to happen over there in the summer. So
In the Bronx?
yeah,
Where
right
at?
across the street from where I'm from. Echo
Oh.
Park.
Oh.
It's like right on Valentine. It's up the street. It's like off of Tremont.
You probably been there
Anthony,
before.
you
No.
probably definitely been over there.
No, I don't like that side of the Bronx.
Oh, okay.
Respectfully, only because I went to high school over there, and it was just
Why is Cleveland so?
law and finance. It's a small school inside Kennedy. Yeah, so I had to like go through there, like well, not Burnside, but like Valentine. That's where I would see like all like the Dominicans and stuff like that. But Kingsbridge over there, that whole area.
Put them on the pot.
Nah. I don't even know why they're calling me. No, we're not doing this right now. Come on.
You got a phone call?
Put them on the
Yeah, put it
pot.
on.
It's
Like,
okay.
yo, we busy.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm shy, guys.
Come on.
I'm gonna send them the link though, right now.
Okay.
Go
that'll work.
ahead. Then tell them link is in the thing. If anybody actually want to come on here and ask a question or talk to us right now, the link is. I'm gonna post the link again.
But Echo Park, we was at Echo Park.
Y'all can use this link to come over here and chop with us right now. Chop it up with us right now. You talking about Echo Park? I'm not gonna bring this conversation up. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. Echo Park.
Echo Park.
That's why the point is basketball tournaments.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tournaments.
Yes.
But anyway, moving forward.
School. Where you
Yes.
graduated from?
So to start, I went to the Academy of Mount St. Ursula for high
Oh,
school.
you went to Ursula?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yes, see?
I went to Mount
James?
St. Michael.
You went to Mount?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What year you graduated?
I graduated from Scanlon though.
I think that's the school we were looking at over there.
Right there
Mm-hmm.
by Target.
Yeah.
I went to that. I graduated in 07 though. Don't do that.
Damn.
Nah. All right. Listen.
I was in 7th grade in 07.
Yo, goodbye. You know what? I'm gonna just let them do the talking from now
No,
on.
no, it's okay. But you went to Scanlon, and did you like Scanlon? Because that's co-ed, right? It was co-ed.
Yeah, I only went because it was closest to my crib and it was women.
Why you left Mount?
Because
though?
it was mad dudes.
Why did you go to Mount?
I don't even know.
That's a great question.
I'm not there. Me and Zay went to go. We went to go to school together. We went over there, and that was the school we chose. And then we played on the basketball team freshman year, and then it was too far. Just wanted to be around. It was like I could just. My mom worked literally next door in the deaf school right there.
Oh wow!
So like I didn't have to walk to school. I didn't have
shout
to do
out to
that.
your mother again.
Yeah.
Because wow.
But my mom learned a lot about school during this podcast because I said a lot of shit. See, like in school, like I used to leave all the time. I said, yeah, why you think I got a kid? Know what I mean? Like,
Destiny.
But-
The math makes sense.
yeah,
That's
like,
nice.
but that I was so, but like, I used to get in trouble so much that my mom got cool with the dean. I got suspended for a week and my mom didn't even know.
Wow.
But because the dean, I was like, yo, if you tell my mom I'm getting in trouble. So she just said, all right, come to school, work with me for a whole week. I didn't do shit. I loved it. I'll probably get suspended again if that was it. I was like, I'll do this shit again. But like, my mom learned a lot of my shit because of this podcast.
That's dope.
But I'm not scared to say it anymore. What's she gonna do? Punish me?
No, not anymore.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well,
So you went to
Ursula.
Ursula, and
then from there, I went to Nyack College, which is a Christian school.
Naya College.
Nyack.
Nyack.
Oh,
It's a
Never
Christian
heard
school.
of
pool
Never heard
over
of
there.
Nyack College? It's
No.
crazy.
Yeah, I go to the pool over there all the time.
Upstate.
No, in Nyack.
What they call it again?
See, It's meant to
Answer is just be like, yo, we busy.
be. Word.
Yo.
You there now?
Yeah,
Yes.
we in now. You keep calling us. Why you keep calling?
I'm checking on Riz, making sure she good.
All right, we good. You bringing a bottle or not?
Where y'all at?
Exactly. We text you the address, bring a bottle, holla at us.
Far. He gonna
I need a mic. I need a mic.
All right, that's fine. You better hurry
Here
the
you
fuck
go.
up then.
Just
All right,
slide.
text me, Riz.
All right, you know you on the live, so.
You live right now.
Kendall in the building.
Yes, shout out to
Hey, Kendall in the
Kendall.
building.
There you go.
Thank you. Kendall might be pulling. I don't know. He coming? Maybe not.
I don't know. He lives in a whole nother borough.
All right.
Kendall's
Technically, we're close
radical.
to every borough, though.
Exactly.
We
Got the
literally.
bridge right there.
He has a cafe open mic. I think there's one happening in April, but he's a well-known drummer.
Okay.
Yeah, he be doing some really dope stuff.
That's what's
cool.
up. That's what's
He
up.
into like
He got to
music.
come on. We gotta you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Help him promote.
Yeah, well, he said
Sure.
he wants a mic. Pause.
Yeah, that was
But-
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, leave my friend alone.
He's actually like, yo, what the?
Yeah, he said my fault.
Nah, he could, if he really want to pull up, he can. But
All right. Anyway. All right.
So Mount St. Ursula or whatever, Ursula High School, and then from there you went to Nyack. Where the hell
yes,
is
I
Nyack?
went to Nyack College, which is right next to the Palisades Mall.
yeah, Nyack.
It's a
You never
Christian
been
school.
to the pool up there?
Nope.
Like right over the bridge.
Nope.
I used to
Right
work.
over
I used to
the
work over there. I used to work in Snapple.
Like Fort Snapple?
Yeah, like when I get up, you get off right there. The exit right before the toll.
I don't know. Is it?
And then yeah, I used to
I
go.
don't
I used
know
to, I've been everywhere.
I believe you. I believe you. And it's right there.
But why you chose that school?
So I went to Nyack at first because one, going back to being sheltered, so I was the only one out of my siblings to, at that point, go away for school, which was right upstate. My family, my mom, she had a house in Spring Valley, Rockland, which is right next
That's
to
right there.
Nyack.
That's right there.
So that's why I was trying to tell y'all, like, I'm from the Bronx, but I was privileged enough to always have exposure to other things. I didn't just know the Bronx. So my mom was really comfortable with Rockland County.
Rockland.
Her and my father, like, okay, she's right there. We can go right there.
G lived up there.
Okay.
That's where G lived. We went to G's house, right?
Yeah.
But Monroe is a little bit further than
Muncie.
Monroe.
I don't know Monroe. Oh, I might. I don't know. I know Muncie.
Well,
Up
he
there
lives a little-
somewhere.
He lives a little bit further than the pool.
Okay.
Cool.
He lives like 10 minutes away from Palisades Mall.
Oh, you talking about the pool right there across the
Not-
street from those like homes, like houses?
Yeah.
For the elderly, I think.
Oh, that's elderly houses?
I think. It was
Nah, there's a hotel
senior.
over there too, though.
It definitely is.
Like
And there's a park.
yeah,
down
I don't know about
Oh,
that.
okay. Never mind.
But yeah.
Whoa,
Summertime.
whoa. No, I'm thinking about Spring Valley right now.
See,
You
nah,
talking about
I'm
Nyack.
talking about Nyack.
That's
Oh,
right.
You just smack your knee?
Yes, my southern self. Yes, I did.
Not that one. Nah, I never seen nobody do that shit.
Yes.
You're right. Nah, I'm gonna do that shit for the rest of the shit. Nah, it's over.
I'm gonna have to charge you.
You got
There you
it. Whatever you need to charge.
Anyway,
Yes.
Nyack College.
Why Nyack?
Because it was Christian.
School. Beautiful campus. You can see the Hudson right over there. They had like a gazebo. A lot of people went to Nyack. They do well at Nyack. Anyway, there's a downtown campus now that been existed, but I wanted to go away. So me and my god sister lived there.
But that's not really away if you live close to home.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it, but I
Yeah.
was away from home. Far
But you were
enough.
away from the Bronx.
Definitely away from
Yes,
Burnside.
and
But
my
you
mother,
wasn't
my father,
away
and
from-
my 3 brothers. Yes,
Oh,
I
okay.
was away.
Did you have the house to yourself?
In Spring Valley?
Yeah.
No, I didn't stay in Spring Valley. I stayed on campus.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
And
Oh, so you wasn't
which
away.
was super strict.
Yeah, it's Christian.
Yeah, doors had to be open. Guys can only come
Doors
over.
have to be open?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
what?
with the opposite sex. It was a lot. We could talk about that another time. Because I ended up.
What if you
leaving
take like
that
a
school.
crazy shit and you just want like you don't want the smell?
No, not like that.
Wait,
Let's say you had a
because
visitor.
Yo,
What?
no, bro. They don't have bathrooms in the dorm rooms. They share.
Don't you have a bathroom in your room?
Not in the room.
Oh,
Not there. We had
nah,
the
but you-
bathroom.
I never
When,
dormed,
when
bro.
I'm just saying, when the doors
Oh, you
open, it's
never
just the
dormed
beds.
Oh,
It's just the beds, the
no
dressers, the
bathroom?
No, it's a
No,
shared
no.
bathroom for the floor. So
Oh, you
there's
gotta
one.
go shit in that
Yeah,
bathroom?
yeah, you gotta use the public stall.
Nah.
Every school is different though in dorms, right?
I'm saying, but
sometimes the
most
bathroom could be
dorms
inside.
don't have bathrooms in it.
I
So
mean, it's like
it
a
would make
suite.
sense for you to say why you should have to for you to have
Yeah,
the door.
I'm just saying, like my door's open, I'm shaking big ass shit. You smell my shit. That's what I thought about.
Well,
You
that's
said-
not what I was talking about.
That's what I was talking about.
I was talking
You said
about
because you said doors have to be open with opposite sexes in the room. Okay, cool.
In the
I
room.
respect that. But what if I was what if we were just chilling and I had to take a shit?
when you go use the bathroom, go do what you gotta do,
All right.
right?
I thought that the bathroom was in the room, like a hotel room.
No, they ain't giving it up like that. But it was a lot of rooms there. Feet had to be on the floor, lights had to be on. Opposite sex could only come over between certain hours on the weekend. And that was after you did
Yes.
Deeper Life, which was like some workshops. I love Nyack. I do want to say that. I love Nyack College, but I had to leave because God had other plans for me. I was
What's
a criminal
Deeper
justice
Life?
major.
What's
Deeper
that?
Life. It's like
Guys are praying shit.
it's like services in a sense, or like you want to look at it as a workshop, but they're just talking to you. They're going a little bit more deeper, I guess, about the flesh and making more positive, righteous decisions and
Or they want
biblical
you to be
principles
abstinent
and
all that
stuff.
shit.
Yeah, so they want to make sure before they start letting people visit, y'all understand the principles of what we really doing here.
They give
And
y'all
if it-
condoms or no?
I don't recall that ever.
No.
I wouldn't know.
Okay. No, I'm just saying because if they doing that, they're like, yo, safe sex.
I wouldn't know. I would not know. But I was a criminal justice major. So between that and the relationship I was in, I was just like, this is not feeding me. So I transferred to the University of Bridgeport in like
Connecticut?
2014.
Mm.
Spring.
I heard that's like the Bronx 2.0.
I don't know. It was a lot
Bridgeport-
of people there, but not
Bridgeport's
everybody was not
Bridgeport.
from the Bronx.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Brooklyn.
Bridgeport is
Queens.
like the Bronx 2.0.
Bridgeport was
yeah, it's
also a
right
big international school, though.
there. Yeah, it is.
Oh, word?
Yeah,
Yes.
Bridgeport's right there though. I mean, it's like, was it dirty? You can say the truth.
What
Like
you
the
mean,
city.
like in the city?
I've
It
heard.
wasn't the best as industrial, I would say. It wasn't the best.
Yeah,
Probably better than the Bronx, though.
nah, you wildin'.
How?
I don't know. I just wanted to say that.
Well,
But you're not gonna tell me Connecticut is better than us.
no, but if you're talking about it being sanitary, because you said
No, I was just talking
whether
about
it was dirty.
Bridgeport's dirty. Like, I mean, I know people in Bridgeport got dirty.
It's nice parts of
Yo.
Bridgeport, though. That's crazy. I ain't say that.
I did.
They gonna,
I said it.
they gonna find
You
you.
a bully.
They know me.
They gonna
They
find
gonna
you.
text me
Sounds a bully.
later. So I'm good. Bridgeport ass niggas. Well, go ahead.
So what was like the biggest difference between like for you and like your development into like who you are now? What were some of the big differences in how like the University of Bridgeport helped you versus how Nyack College helped you?
Nyack was lit. Don't get me wrong. It was just sometimes things get too mixy. You see Scandal? At the time when I was going to Nyack, Scandal was a thing. Like
Mhm.
everybody would group together to go watch Scandal.
Mm.
And Nyack is such a small school, and I think depending on who you know and what you're connected to, things could it was just too small. And then my god sister was going with me, but then she ended up leaving by I only stayed there 3 semesters. So by the 3rd semester, she was gone. So I was living in a single. And like I said, I was in a relationship that was not going well at all. Started to get out of control. And I had to check myself and say, hey, this is not why I came to college.
Mhm.
I came, like I said, I'm living for my bloodline right now. I'm living for my grandchildren. I didn't come to play around and get caught up. I didn't want to have to drop out. And I almost did because I was going through a lot. And in that relationship, it was discouraging. But my pops was like, look, you can leave, but I'm not letting you stop. So when I transferred to Bridgeport, I feel like it opened up more doors for me, especially just having access to people who think a little bit more outside of the whole religion thing.
Yeah,
Like,
because obviously,
even now,
yeah.
though, I'm happy for everybody I met at Nyack. Because
Mhm.
now I'm like, I understand why I was at Nyack College when I was there.
You
I
still
did-
talk to people from there? Or no?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
Wonderful people that go to Nyack, especially people that do production, music, social work. Some real people that are faithful people that believe in inspirational people. So, and good at what they do. Nyack is cool, but I had to go to UB. And UB opened up more doors for me. I graduated on time, even though I only transferred with like 11 credits, I think. And I still
Wow.
graduated on time with honors.
Wait,
and
hold
2
on. 3
International Honor
semesters, you
Society.
only had 11 credits?
Yo, from Nyack, because when you transfer,
They-
every
some,
school is not
some
going to
shit,
accept.
Some shit don't take all the stuff. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're
So
right.
I bust my behind to
Because
graduate.
because you probably did like religion and shit, and
yeah, I took
that
an Old
doesn't
Testament class.
and that doesn't coincide with their stuff. Yeah, you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a lot of things. I think you should.
Yeah,
know
it
that.
is, but I
Yes,
just
sir.
feel like that's messed up.
Me too.
Like I paid for the shit and now it don't count. Like, come
Yeah.
on, bro. They gotta figure that out.
Yeah, it's like yo, I got 25 credits, but math, science, and English is the only ones that count.
Right. Like that shit is crazy. And I paid for this shit? Come on, bro.
Yeah. Yo, God, give me back this fucking money. No, I'm just playing. Nah. She looked at me
Yo,
crazy.
this guy.
She was like, I'm just playing.
So then you got your master's.
Yeah, so after Bridgeport and having the support at Bridgeport between my advisor, Professor Lay, who was also a professor for many of my classes, and he helped make sure I graduated on time. After all of that, I think it was my senior year, I applied to NYU, Albany, and I think I was going to apply to Hunter. But by December 2015, I already knew I got into NYU. Their social work program, the Silver School of Social Work. So I was like, I'm going to NYU. I never thought, one, I never thought I'd be going to get a master's. Two, I never thought about it. Two, I'm going to NYU. Like, if I have the opportunity, why not? And it was one of the best clinical programs in the country for that kind of social work. And I do feel like we need more representation in clinical settings for people that look like us. So that's where my head was at that time, and that's what I ended up going to do.
So what does all that stuff mean? Like clinical and like what did you study? Like what is
I got a master's in social work.
social work, right?
But I did an integrative behavioral health track.
You know what that means?
Nah, I was just gonna let y'all talk.
So clinical social work is,
I know what integrative means.
you say you don't or you do?
I know. That's the only thing I think I know.
Behavioral,
Integrative behavior. I'm gonna try to figure it out. What is it called? What did you do?
integrative behavioral health.
Oh, okay.
Integrated
So you just
behavioral.
integrate the behavior of my health.
Sure. Exactly.
No, behavior and health together.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean?
Behavioral health, but it's integrative. So
Make
you
it
gotta
together.
have exactly. You
Uh-huh.
gotta work with everything and everyone, every system. So
Right.
the medical, the family, the education system, the court system,
Mhm.
all these different systems for this one person in that environment.
I-
But clinical is also that psychology piece of social work. So diagnosing people,
Oh, you can do that?
if I have my
Lit.
C,
Lit.
If you have your what?
my clinical license.
Oh, you don't got that?
Not yet,
Fuck.
because I haven't been tracking my hours.
I'm trying to see what I'm diagnosed with.
Well, I can help you.
That's
This
not even
place is to
funny.
go get
Like,
an evaluation. No, but I'm happy. Listen, this is what happens in our community, though. We laugh at mental health.
That's what I'm
trying to
saying.
see.
It's like it's not funny, but
I've
it's
been-
funny at the same time.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see. I'm just trying to see what I'm diagnosed with. It is what it is.
Listen, there's always access to get an
Get your
evaluation.
C. Everybody give her a C.
Listen,
There you
I
go.
do want
That's what
my
called a
C.
C?
I want my
Clinical
C.
license.
A clinical
Oh, yeah,
LCSW. I'm an LMSW.
Yeah.
LMS.
A, B, C. Get
License,
all that.
masters in social work.
Yeah. So some people, they're
Wow.
MSWs,
Okay. Context
no
clues?
license
Oh, that's
yet.
crazy.
No, it's not. For a long time,
A
people
lot
did
of
not
people
get
don't
licensed.
have that though. No, I'm talking about contact clues. They can't take that shit. Like he got that shit immediately. Like
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah, like he literally they teach you like contact clues. Like I look around a lot of things. Yeah, he does the same shit. Like that's,
Yes, you know, he an educator. He's smart. He
Oh.
do.
I guess.
I just want to know what I'm diagnosed with.
Listen,
Can you diagnose him?
psychoeducation helps.
Can you diagnose him
Diagnose
right
him.
now?
I'm not diagnosing anybody because I do not have the license.
Do
to
it.
diagnose
Let's do it. I
anyone.
want to see if the people agree.
You can give an educated opinion.
Yeah. Ask me the questions.
I don't have no questions to ask you because
That's
you
okay.
didn't come here today for anything.
Yes, I
You need to
did.
find a way to diagnose you online.
We're gonna
Yeah, go
diagnose him.
ahead. Well, we were
Let's see
kind
what
of
the
talking about
Mom
abandonment.
diagnose me.
Remember when we were talking about abandonment?
Right.
So do you guys know about adverse childhood experiences, ACEs?
No.
Well, that's like a assessment you could do for yourself, where you could look at
ACEs.
your childhood trauma.
Aces.
You got one right here. Free online.
I don't have anxiety.
No, this is that was wrong. You said ACEs?
ACE, adverse childhood experiences.
I think my mom did this shit on me already. I
That's
don't think-
something they use in schools, and it's a
Word?
self-assessment as well. Yeah, to find out the childhood.
You got to log in?
No, you don't need to log in.
It says log in.
Gotta
I don't know
register.
what that is. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
it's
sure
too
you can
much.
I'm
look
gonna do
on
this at home.
Google.
You gonna do it yourself?
Yeah, let's both get diagnosed.
I'm with it.
All right, that's not to help you get diagnosed.
What is that?
That
So why
just
would
gives
tell
you
us to do
information
this?
about yourself because it takes a lot to become diagnosed. You can't just get diagnosed.
Can I get an SSI check?
Yo.
Well,
Yo.
You would have to talk to your people about that, because I don't know. Where did y'all find this man? At the Rock's Neck?
All right, my phone. I'm be serious. I'm be serious.
Nah.
All right.
Take your mental health seriously, y'all.
Facts.
yo.
No, facts.
Yo.
I actually do suffer from a lot of mental health stuff. I've been depressed multiple times. May or may not be that shit right now. I have no idea. But
I think sometimes we can have symptoms and not necessarily a diagnosis. Like, it doesn't have to be a full-blown diagnosis.
no, I also think that going through it as many times as I have done because of certain situations, I think I know that I can acknowledge the fact that something's wrong.
Yes.
Let's just say that.
That's a beautiful thing.
Or have a feeling where, okay, if I don't change this type of way of thinking, then I'm gonna go down the wrong path. I can agree to that, right? Yeah, all the other shit that it was all jokes, you know what I'm saying? But I think that I can sit down and have a conversation within myself and saying, like, if I continue down this path, I'm gonna go the wrong way. I don't think people can do that. I don't think a lot of people can do that because if you could, they wouldn't kill themselves, and you know what I'm saying. Like, there's a stoppage of so me, and I'm saying I never had those thoughts. I'm not gonna sit here and lie on my platform. I was point in time I did think that I was going through a bad phase in my life. Okay, cool. But now that I'm able to acknowledge the fact that something's wrong, changes a lot for me. Because at that time in the beginning, I could not say there was something wrong because I didn't know. I didn't know the signs. I didn't know the feelings. I didn't know
The language.
at all. You know what I'm saying? But now I can. Like, yeah, we play around, we joke around, but but you know, I've been through way too much shit for me to sit down here and just and that's why I play around, because that's like my language for me to just be okay with a lot of the shit that I've been through.
Yeah, we all have different defense mechanisms.
Right.
And I think it's pretty brave, so.
Why? Why would you say that?
Well, because there is so much stigma and resistance to change sometimes when it comes to mental health and our mindset and us as a culture and talking about it. And once again, I feel like this newer generation, these young people, they have more access to those kind of spaces and resources where people like us, I don't think it was that common.
Right.
And that's
yeah,
why we
yeah.
laugh. And of course, they're going to laugh too, but they have way more open availability to speak about mental health and things they're going through, how to identify their triggers. So eventually you have to learn that through life.
I had a disagreement with a therapist recently.
Your therapist?
No, not
Oh.
my therapist.
Okay.
A therapist.
Well, don't take out your anger on me from her.
No, I would never do that. I would never do that.
We call that counter
How you know it was a woman? Look.
Because I'm a woman and I'm feeling it.
No,
I'm
I
like,
would
where
never
is
do
this coming from?
No, what I'm
Go
saying
ahead.
was that she tried to therapize me in a conversation.
Okay.
And I didn't like that.
How do you know she was therapizing?
Because she said, I'm a therapist, I know what you're trying to do. I was like, no,
Oh.
you're wrong, because I don't give a
Alright.
fuck if you're a therapist or not. I'm speaking how I feel. Either
Right.
you're going to accept how I feel, or yeah, your opinion is your opinion. It's up to me to accept your opinion, or don't give a fuck about your opinion. It's totally your opinion is your opinion. I'm okay with that. But I know the truth of a situation that happened. We're not saying that, but I had a very good ish conversation with a therapist, and I just feel like this is the reason why I never wanted to go to therapy, was because a lot of the opinions formulated in the concept of what I say is not up to exactly what it was. If that makes any sense. I'm trying to not say what happened, that's why.
And that's perfectly fine that you keep your, I would say confidentiality, but I'm trying to understand, was she your therapist?
No, she is
It's
a
just a
therapist.
friend?
Yes,
Okay, this is a friend.
yes. But the situation that at hand that happened was something that happened between me and said person. and she tried to say it was because of a situation and try to therapize the situation
Yeah.
instead of just being a real genuine person.
Being present.
Right.
And dealing with what you're saying and validating your
Right.
feelings and
saying
your experience.
Yeah. So this gives me a bad look on therapy all the time because I always never thought that nobody will understand my side.
Yeah, who you are and what you're saying.
Right. And I just feel like, yeah, you could talk to me about anything. Like I said, this is therapy to me. I
Yeah.
can sit down and have a conversation. I could talk, whatever. We could laugh and joke about it, whatever. But at the end of the day, you're not sitting here judging me for what I'm saying.
No, and that's not what a therapist is here to do. And
But that's what I felt like. That's what I'm saying.
But remember, in that relationship, right, she's not your therapist. She's your friend.
So they don't bring that up.
So she doesn't have the right to be assessing you, right? And telling you who you are in the moment or how you feel.
Right.
Okay, and I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. But let me just say this and how I do it. Whether it's with my friends, people I date, I'm not your therapist. You're not paying me. You do not have to worry about me assessing you right now or like going that deep.
But but honestly, I don't
do that.
care if you do. Because
some people are naturally like that though. They don't have to be a therapist. Like me, I've always had these skills. I just became a social worker. Like I make my job doesn't make me. Right? So I naturally have these skills. I just learned to practice a little better and have the language. But I've learned I have to have boundaries, especially in life. Some people think I'm supposed to have my therapist hat on all the time.
Nah, I don't think so.
And because of self-care, I'm not doing that all the time.
Yeah, why would you want to though? That's like just...
People think you're just supposed to
That's
give
like
and
if
give.
you were psychic and you just want to sit down and read people all day.
I don't want to know about that.
Sit down, yo, tell me my
Or a
tell me
doctor,
my life.
right? Or like a doctor, right?
Yo,
Yeah,
listen,
like a
I know a lot of people who's like EMTs, and they like when they off of work, they like, yo, what? Are you coughing? Like, I'm off. I know a lot of. I'm just saying. Like,
But yeah.
So can you? I got a question.
Yes.
What do you think is like one of the biggest common like diagnosis for like people in the Black community? Like, what's like a common thing that Black people get
all right,
diagnosed?
but real quick, before she answers, what do you think? Just take a guess.
I would say amongst kids, I think ADHD.
Besides ADHD, because I was gonna say the same thing.
Me too.
Yeah, besides ADHD.
I forgot what that shit is. It's some type of like, I think, is it SLD? Severe learning.
Oh, learning disability.
Yeah, something like that. Is that what it's called? SLD?
Like a speech?
No,
Learning?
it's like a learning impairment or something like
Okay.
that. I'll probably say that amongst kids.
Amongst kids.
Yeah, for adults, I would have no idea.
That's good. I would have went with the
Oh no, I would say for adults, I would say PTSD.
PTSD.
Oh, really?
I would
You think
it's
we
the
have
most
more
common.
diagnoses of
Of PTSD than anything else.
I think we have
like
more.
recorded?
Yeah.
What about bipolar? I think bipolar is.
I would say we probably get more diagnoses of severe mental illness, like whether it's bipolar or
Yeah.
schizophrenia.
I
Really?
think
Like
more
the worst.
bipolar. I think more
Yeah,
bipolar.
before they'll be like, oh, they have PTSD. Because remember when PTSD first became a thing,
After the wars.
they was
and
thinking it
shit.
was more so for veterans
Mhm.
before they even started applying it to other people.
Okay. So can I switch my answer?
Yeah.
I'll say anxiety then.
Anxiety is a good one.
I think anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah, but can you really get? See, this is the thing.
And
right?
PTSD is severe. I'm sorry. I just want to say
No,
that.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
severe.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's very severe.
Oh, no, but anxiety. I think you can get diagnosed with anxiety. I think anxiety is a thing, but I also think anxiety is more of your mental, like you just cannot relax.
I mean,
like,
it's different. Like,
I know a lot
versions
of
of
people that have
anxiety.
anxiety attacks, and it's just like their mind just races instead of just like taking a little second and just like they give you like what is it, the 5 steps to 5, right? They count
Tell
down
me.
for 5. I don't know it because I don't have anxiety. I don't have it, but I know people that do have it, and it's I will go more with the bipolar thing because I think that you might not know that you're bipolar, and then it just comes out like.
I feel like they just throw that on us
Me too.
because
But I think they throw all of that on us. Too.
yeah, like those kind of aggressive, kind of connotative diagnoses.
Schizophrenic, I'm a little bit. I'll stay away from because to me, I don't really know that many schizophrenics.
Why you think that is?
Why do I think that is?
Ooh, you know what's a good one?
What?
Besides schizophrenia, is substance like induced diagnoses. Like if somebody has a psychoactive substance abuse problem, that's a mental health
Meaning they
issue.
took something,
Meaning they take
and
substances.
then it came out.
It's starting to impair their. What makes a diagnosis is the fact that it impairs your ability to function. You can have anxiety symptoms, but that doesn't mean it stops you from functioning every day. So somebody can drink alcohol, right? But it's not causing issues in their life.
So you wouldn't call them alcoholic.
Right. But now if you have somebody where it's
who wakes up at 9 in the morning, starts drinking, and they can't go that day.
It, yeah.
Yeah, that's alcohol. Okay. So,
okay.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
So, hypothetically speaking, I am a schizophrenic, but it doesn't impede in my day-to-day work schedule. You wouldn't even.
How would you?
I'm just saying. I'm asking. Like if.
I mean, if you got it under control, like you on treatment and everything.
Yeah, but I have it under control. So.
You should be able to find. I'm not about to discriminate against anybody with any mental health issues.
You got something?
Yeah. It says here, according to ColumbiaPsychiatry.org, that research suggests that the adult Black community is 20% more likely to experience serious mental health problems, such as major depressive disorder or generalized anxiety disorder.
Yeah. First of all, I want to know this thing, right? Columbia, Harvard, all these niggas do these fucking.
Well, this isn't the Columbia University. This is Columbia. Oh, no.
That's Columbia University.
Yeah.
Bro.
But they do a lot of research. You got to remember, like. That's
yeah,
what
but
these
who they
institutions
doing research on? Because, like.
They have.
They do it on everybody?
There's
Oh,
different
they can't do it on everybody. They get a sample size of.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just saying. Like, there's Columbia, Harvard, and all them niggas, they be doing that shit. They be doing that shit on, like, smart people and shit like that. Like,
no, that's not true.
It's not true.
I just wanted to make sure that wasn't what's happening.
That's not true.
No, that's why we need more research done and more efforts to better mental health. You can't see what's going on if nobody wants to have the conversation. So having the research done, whether it's a small sample, big sample, you start somewhere so you can have a conversation and really explore, okay, what's going on and how can this get better? Because things in the DSM, the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, the DSM-5, what is a diagnosis today hasn't always been what it was before.
Yeah.
Like being homosexual back in the day was in the DSM. Now it's not.
Yeah.
So you can't take that stuff as like Bible.
Of course.
Going back, and that's what I'm saying. As
they want to know this right
here. You know what? I feel like lunatic is the word of the week. This week, I keep hearing it.
You agree with him?
I don't think.
I'm going to the bathroom.
I don't think Justin is a lunatic.
Going to the bathroom.
Well, what is the definition of a lunatic?
Right.
Let's look it up.
And I mean, I guess we're gonna have to look up historical context as well.
Right. Lunatic, a mentally ill person.
That's probably like an urban definition.
Yo, if you hear me, I'm not gonna say
that. So. Oh, shout out to Wallow Button. That's funny. But yeah, so to his point about like research and stuff like that, it's important to know like how people do research, you know, because there are people who believe what he believes. Like they're not tapping in with the people who they're connecting these numbers to. But now, so you got your master's in social work, correct? So can you just speak about like the work that you do in the community and like with kids and stuff like that?
Yes. So I've done a lot of one-to-one counseling, group counseling, building curriculums. I don't know if you ever heard of like Cure Violence work.
What's that?
That's like gun violence prevention.
Okay.
Cure Violence started out in Chicago, but the whole idea is that it treats gun violence as a medical model. So I have experience with being like the first therapist at a Cure Violence project in the Bronx.
Wait, they treat
gun violence as like through the medical model. So as if
what does
it's
that
a
mean?
disease.
So having a gun is a disease?
That's how the cure violence model, or evidence-based model, looks at gun violence, and it was started out in Chicago.
I would like to respectfully disagree with that.
Because it can spread. Okay, you can disagree. However, cure violence models, there's research going on through these programs and projects
Right.
to see if they work. I believe in them. I've been a part of a SOS. I was a part of Save Our Streets in the Bronx.
Right.
For Morrisania in the South Bronx. And I was the first therapist, though.
Mhm.
Originally, in the cure violence model, there were no therapists. It's just interventionists, which are people in the community. I forgot what else the other terms were called right now, but the whole idea is to use people from the community to target the issue in the community. So instead of sending the cops, you're sending a violence interrupter from that Cure Violence project who
Okay.
knows the people in the community and stuff. So you're targeting the issue and treating it like a disease so that you can reduce it. The whole idea is like harm reduction, too, in a sense. Well, not really. I think it's really to find a cure.
Okay.
Actually, it's not harm reduction. The goal should be to find a cure. But it's
Right.
obviously really hard to do that with guns and with violence in general. So Cure Violence Projects, they respond to stab wounds and gun wounds. So when I was in the Bronx, a lot of my team members at the time would go to Lincoln Hospital and stuff like that. But while I was there, I would create curriculum for like a girls group that I call Queen Makers, a group for men, young men, King Makers. And then I made mindfulness, which is about being in the present moment and acceptance, a thing for everybody. So I taught that to the staff. And the hope was to have them go out into the community. And to be honest with you, after the pandemic and everything, I ran into them. Well,
Okay.
actually, I ran to them because something was going on. And I didn't know what to do when I was working with a particular group of young people.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like the system I was working in wasn't being as responsive to this sense of safety, urgency, sense of urgency that I felt like the young people needed. So I called them, hey, can you come talk to these students? They came. And it's just like really real. So they have real conversations. They don't come off clinical at all. They're relatable. They're from the communities. So that's some of the work that I've done. And then other than that, right now, and since 2019, I have been doing ABA. If anybody has children on the spectrum or like with autism, anybody living with autism, and when I talk about mental health, I don't be like, oh, they have schizophrenia. It's like they're living with it. I treat diagnoses as like a visitor. Like it's not the whole person. It's only that person's not schizophrenic or autistic. They're living with schizophrenia or autism. That's how I like to.
There's a child in my building that has autism, and on one of the floors under me, and she yells out the window all day. But
How old is she?
I don't know.
Oh,
I actually don't know. Like I want to meet the. I know who. I may know who it is, but I don't know who it is. But every time I see it. But what I know is when that child is happy and having fun, she's at the window yelling and all that shit. So like I can realize when she's okay and when she's not. And I'm upstairs. You know what I mean? So I commend them because I can like it must be tough. I mean, I will never know.
Right.
At this point in time, I'm not gonna know. I don't know what the future holds for me, but I don't know. But just knowing that, I just don't want to say too much about that person because I don't really know who it is and the kid. But you definitely can hear it. You definitely know that that kid is playing and happy and I love that for them. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing, but it's I believe that it may be tough. I don't know. You know what I mean? Some people say it's not. You know,
Depending on where the child
Exactly.
falls on the spectrum.
Yeah. But some people just can do it. Some people can't. But I just if that person is watching or will ever watch, I commend you. I hope that and I think you're doing a great job because
Yeah.
that kid is I just want to just bump into them when I leave the house, or when I've been thinking about this for months, and I want to so bad. I don't want to knock on the door. It's weird, but I just want to bump into them one time and know who's there, because like, you could see it's just a lot. I would just say that.
And it's also nice for the parents to have people that come to check on them and things like that too, because it could be
Yeah, but how
pretty
can we do that, though?
lonesome being a parent of a child with.
How can a stranger just say, knock on your door and say,
Hey, I made some salad. Would you like
Nah.
some? Or you never know.
Nah, I'm subconscious with my own food, my kids. You think I'm gonna give it to a stranger?
I mean,
Well, it doesn't have to be food. You ask the question though. But
Mm.
there's many ways to connect with people in your community.
we could do the like when we do the book bag drive, we knock on the door with school supplies.
Yeah.
Oh, we could do that. I
Especially
might
for
do
the
that. I
child.
might do that. I
Yeah.
might do that. I might do that. I did that. I just think that like I literally just want to meet them, and I think I know who it is. I don't know if it's I just don't want to be, but you know, like she yells out the window all day. You can see that she's looking at the kids, and sometimes it hurts because I'm like, maybe she wants to be out there.
Hmm.
Maybe
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, or maybe it's not possible, or maybe people gonna look at something, and it kind of hurts because I'm fortunate to have kids that don't have to have that problem
Typical.
where they want to go outside and they
Yeah.
can do things, and it goes back to how I feel about myself internally also.
Mhm.
When my mental comes into play, it's like I gotta. We started the whole podcast asking, "What do you guys do for yourself?" I don't think about myself anymore. Yeah, you know, it goes back to a lot of those things where I just think about the child, and I think
Right.
about how it's going on, and me being a parent. I just, yo, what's wrong with you?
I didn't do
Nah.
anything. I didn't do anything.
But yeah. So am I a lunatic before?
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I read the shit. I'm just asking you to.
James?
I'm not
What's the verdict?
licensed. I'm not licensed. I can't.
I'm not calling nobody a lunatic. I don't even know if that's the right language to
Mm.
use.
I would say no.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
But children with autism.
Mhm.
I work with children on a spectrum, so I do applied behavioral analysis. And I'm working with like 0 to 3. Most of my babies are 2 years old. And, you know, they have delays, and a lot of it is destigmatizing the conversation about autism and whether it's bad. But a lot of parents and families be in denial,
Mm-hmm.
especially depending on your culture. But I think the sooner you get a diagnosis for that baby and give them early intervention, the better.
I think that's
And they
tough
can grow.
though. I think
It is.
that. Let me say it like this. I think that's tough for yes, you say we parents being denied and all that shit, but nobody ever wants to believe that, right?
Right, that's
I think
true.
it's tough in a sense where it's like, yeah, not my baby,
Yeah.
and then they go on like, no, he's fine, just not. But what I do know is I've known multiple people who they said that my son is never gonna talk, but he speaks.
Look at him now, right?
Yeah, look at him
Yeah,
now.
the
So like,
devil's a liar.
yeah. So it goes to the point: do I believe and just accept, or I don't believe and keep on trying?
I think you do what's best for your child. If you can get help for your child,
Mhm.
I say get all the extra help that you can get. It doesn't mean that it's bad. Extra help, autism is not bad. It just means that the child learns differently.
Mm-hmm.
We have children now on the spectrum that can hear a piano, was
And
never taught
play
how to
the
play the
shit.
piano,
Yeah.
and know how to
Mhm.
do it.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
believing in that all the way because
Fact.
we going wherever you want to go, baby.
Yeah.
But-
Make me rich.
Or just
Huh?
yes, but I don't think it's a bad thing. But that denial conversation is tough. I think you don't stop believing. I don't even want to talk about it because sometimes a lot of my babies I have had did not speak. By the time I'm done with them, they're talking.
Mhm.
The parents wish they didn't learn to speak. Now
Mhm.
that's a blessing. I don't know what happens, but I can tell you one thing: it's not the therapist that goes in that home or the ABA that goes. It's the parent and that child. The child is working for it. The family's working for it. I think anything is possible when everybody comes together.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people forget that too. And just to reiterate that point, like education starts at home.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The teacher is like is the secondary educator in the child's life for most people. But but the primary education is going to be at home, whether good or bad. They're going to be learning at home for as long as they're there.
Yes.
So just be mindful of like what you're doing, what you're saying, how you're treating them, because this is all a form of education outside of the classroom. So that's definitely important. I wanted to talk about your company, No Body Shaming.
Yeah, so I started No Body Shaming, which is really like just a brand and a movement. Back in like 2020, I believe. Yes, after I was body shamed. But now my consultant is under Streams of Self, SOS, where I'm seeking to be a global leader in holistic wellness and self-compassion for all people. But body shaming, no body shaming relates back to my motivation in body positivity, self-care, and compassion. Back in 2019 or so, I never really had an issue with how I look. Like, now I look a little bit different than I used to look, so people be shocked. But I never had to worry about how I looked, my weight, or anything. Maybe the most was my hair, and that was before I locked it. And that's growing up in a family that I was in, they wanted pressed hair all the time. So that was the most shame I was really dealing with. But later on in life, after I become a social worker and I have all this awareness, I was dating somebody and they pretty much shamed me and how I looked in a sense. At first I thought they were just like flirting, right? But eventually I just found out, nah, they was really trying to comfort me. Because then people that they also knew was saying certain things to me. So I'm like, wow, really? Okay. And then that just turned into...
I'm going to shut the fuck up on this one. Because how? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's because
like,
you see me now.
Yeah,
I
but
wasn't
was
like
you fat?
sloppy or nothing. No, James, you met me when I was younger.
Was you fat?
No,
You still look the same.
You think I look the same? I don't look the same. I don't look exactly the same.
Yeah, but everybody goes through changes.
Everybody goes through changes. I was never like fat. So here's the thing. When we were first dating, well, not first dating, when I was dating him, he poked out my stomach. I'm thinking he's flirting. Like, oh, because, guys will do that sometimes.
Oh, look at your little belly rolls. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
I
cool.
like
Grab
that.
them,
And that's
bite
okay.
them a little bit.
Hey, exactly. But eventually, I'm like, oh, nah. This dude is already, like, he's really coming for me because, like, it's a constant conversation about my health, like, all the time. Like, bro.
How did he look?
Bro, he was fit. He is.
Oh, that's one. Okay. So you
fit.
had...
That's cute. Hold on. I've been around fit people before.
I just feel like a lot of them do that, though.
Nah, I don't. Because I've met a lot of people, especially now where I am in my wellness journey, they're not doing that. How do you motivate anybody that way? If you're trying to kill somebody's joy or take away their light in some way, then maybe.
I also think it's different that you're not in a relationship or
Bro,
talking to a lot of them, though. I think
true,
a lot of them want their person. Men and women want their person, like in that community, want them to be type fit.
That's fine. But I was never ugly. And not only that, it's not like I was unfit because let me tell you what happened. Poking on my stomach. I was already going to the gym and doing certain things. Eventually, this is when I knew, because it wasn't when I was bigger, it's when I lost weight that I realized what was going on. I lost some weight. I lost a lot of weight. And I started losing my leg mass. It looked better now, but I went from like 179 pounds. And then after we broke up, I lost like 100, I went down to 132 pounds.
Wow.
So,
Jeez.
but when I was with him, I was losing weight. So like, I remember November, I looked one way. By February, I lost a lot of what I looked like. So eventually, we got to one point where this is what got me. We was on the phone. He was like, I prefer a woman that can fill in, whose legs can fill in a dress. That's when I had enough. Cause I'm
Dress is open, though.
hold on.
I like
First-
dresses.
Yeah, but now my legs ain't big enough. So now that I lost weight,
Now he wants you to gain
Right.
it back.
I don't know what the heck was going on, but it sounded like confusion to me. And I'm not even trying to give this person that much of my energy, but I do share this story because I
Combo.
do hear of other women and other people. Other women and other people that go through it because that's not the only thing he did. Even where I'm from, he was from like uptown.
Oh, he ain't know who Malik Stanley was. What's his name?
Y'all gonna keep doing. Yo, if the man was alive, that's one thing.
Sealy. Malik Sealy.
Well, I hope
Once
everybody
dated.
knows Malik Sealy after tonight.
Yes,
May he
yes.
live
Shout
on.
out to Malik Sealy.
He
His
does have a
family.
wife and people still alive.
Yes, yes. Shout
Children.
out to Malik Sealy.
A
His
daughter.
family.
My fault.
I don't even know. But it's fun. What was I saying? Where I was from, he would judge where I was from too. And then obviously I just shared with y'all being adopted. Our worlds were totally different. And I just feel like that emotion of shame carried a lot. And we were kind of talking about religion earlier today, right? Like, as we were talking. But shame comes up for people, not only in like a family context, like we learn how to deal with shame, but if you have a faith, there's a lot of shame if you make a mistake or you're doing something that everybody in the community is not doing. So I don't know what was going on and why all of a sudden how I look was an issue, because when I met him 5 years prior to that,
He was ugly, nigga.
nah.
Oh, my fault.
No.
My fault.
No, but
My fault. I'm sorry.
I didn't even look as good as I looked when we got together
Right.
at that point in time. So when he said the comment about the leg thing, I'm like, oh, nah, like, this is getting kind of out of hand. Like, I kid you not, I'm going to say this. I hung up the phone, I cried, and I prayed, and I called him back. And it was just like, nah, like, do you want to be with me? Because why do I need to question about how I look? That I never had to deal with that ever in my life. And not only that, any other time, you on me all the time. So I cannot be ugly. So eventually, that was right before the pandemic. So all that's happening. My dad had fell. Like I told y'all, my parents are older. So 2020, my dad fell like the day after Kobe died. And the day Kobe died was on a Sunday. I remember I was at church.
Let's not talk about that.
I'm sorry.
I'll cry right
My
now.
dad was a big I grew up in a Kobe house, so
I ain't want to believe.
I know nobody wanted to believe it.
I'm gonna drink my water.
The world stopped. But anyway, the next day, my dad falls, fractures his hip. That's January 2020. My dad never makes it home because we shut down in like March. So he had like some surgery and then had to go to rehab. Never made it home. But one of the last conversations I had with my dad, I guess my dad was kind of seeing what was going on, but he thought me and this guy was pretty serious. I was taking this dude really, really serious. Like, I ain't take nobody that serious. And I'm making all these changes. So my pops was just like, you know, if y'all not gonna be, like, what's going on with this dude? He's like, I'm looking at you, you losing too much weight. Like, men like meat, we don't like bones. So I'm like, all right, daddy. Like, and then he starts telling me, like, okay, I'm not coming home. I didn't realize, I feel like with older people, they have wisdom. They done seen so much happen in the world. He must have knew that this pandemic at the time, like we was really gonna have a shutdown. At the time, I was in denial. So with no body shaming, by the time my father passed, so when he was home, I used to make sea moss for him and smoothies and things like that. I was putting my ex on to that too. Everybody. I was just giving it out. Sharing the sea moss with everybody, just doing it. I was trying to help my dad's bones and everything. I just looked into it. Shout out to Dr. Sabi and all that. And all my friends that put me on. And eventually, once my father passed that year, and then I was going through that breakup, no body shaming came about because of what I just experienced. And I have so many people I'm connected to that look different body types, shapes, skin tone, hair, people that work out, people that don't work out. I just feel like everybody is beautiful. So I just started the movement of no body shaming through like the sea moss I was doing, and then I was making natural soaps as well.
I was just telling somebody this. I love when I see like a bigger person running.
Why?
I don't know. It just gives me a sense of like they never gonna quit. Like a big person.
I know.
Like when they work out or you see them motivated. I was telling somebody this because I was watching a commercial came on. And it was a big girl in the background just working out, and I was like, I love that. They was like, wow. I was like, I don't know. I just love to see them run. I love to see that because, fortunately, I'm not. My body type is not really. I don't get huge, right? So like I can eat whatever I want, can do whatever I want, but sometimes their metabolism is not there, but they try,
Right.
and I love to see that, and I've always loved it, and I loved old people for some reason.
Older people, right?
Old as fuck people.
Yeah, I know what
Like,
you mean.
Like,
Older people
Yeah, they old as fuck too.
Oh my goodness.
But that, and then I like when I see like a big person just jogging and sweating, I'm like, okay, you want to do better. I love that. I love that. So like,
or they want to keep it up, because there are older people that lose their youth, and like
yeah.
they're coping. That's their therapy.
I used to ask my mom, if I could take home mad old ladies.
For real?
Yeah. Swear to God. Ma, if you here, let her know. I literally, I used to be like, can we take her home?
That's
I'm like,
so sweet.
I used to
you have
love
a
them.
heart.
My cancer, right?
Listen,
Yeah,
exactly.
I thought you were about to say something.
Why don't you volunteer?
To
I
take,
like the old folks' homes.
cause I don't want to do all that. I just want to take them home so they could cook for me.
Oh, so it's not so you can do anything for them. You need them to do stuff for you.
Yeah, like we go. We might have dinner every night.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first joined my fraternity when I was in Indiana, we used to go to the old folks' homes and just like sit and just talk with them.
Mhm.
And they used to just be like happy that people would stop by because a lot of their families don't go and see them anymore. And they would just like sit there and tell you stories and stuff like that. Matter of fact, speaking of seasoned people, I went to go see my friend, his grandmother, who still lives out here. And I just learned that she was the first black person to move in Thogsneck.
Oh,
Wow.
And she was like telling me stories about like what it looked like when she first got there.
Shit was
versus
mad
now.
fucking like marsh.
Yeah, it was just, she was only white people. She was like, yeah, this was the projects. I was the only black person. And it was filled with white people.
Yep.
And then they started moving out to
They
get away.
fucked with her or nah?
Yeah, she said it was better then than it is now.
Mm.
She said she felt safer then. She said she felt like it was more of a community back then. And she said like now she don't even really like going outside.
Is she still here?
Yeah.
In the project?
In the projects.
What?
Still
That's
holding it
fire.
down.
Oh, how old is she? Can you say that? First time. I mean, it has to be like, she has to be in her 70s, 80s.
Yeah, she's
So
up
my
there for
grandmother
sure,
was
for sure.
here in the
I
beginning.
think
when they opened them.
80s, in her 80s for
Mhm.
sure.
My grandmother's 70 something, so she was here around that time.
Yeah, but it's, to go back to what you were saying about wisdom, yeah, you get that wisdom from people, who are at that age.
I have a question for y'all. So speaking of like families and all that shit, right? If you knew that, so this goes back to the show that I was watching, Three Body Problems, whatever. There's a alien invasion that's gonna happen in 400 years. Do you give a fuck about what happens, or do you not? And I have difference of opinion in this in my own head. What's it called again? Three Body Problems. Right there. So if alien invasion is coming in 400 years. So at this point in time, obviously your children's is probably gonna be. Well, you don't know them. Do you give a fuck?
Yes.
Why?
Because I got to prepare my children and their children for what's coming. I got to educate them for what's coming. If we know that this is really happening in 400 years.
So there's a part of some.
Oh, that's crazy. That'll be the year 2024, 24.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. That'll be the year 24, 24.
Because there's a part of something that, either in the show or not in the show, people that I spoke to, who said, listen, I'm not gonna be here. The people that I know are not gonna be alive. Why do I care?
That's tough.
Right?
That's tough. Because, all right, so now if you don't care, right, does that mean that the actions of the people who were 400 years before us don't matter?
That's what I'm saying.
Keep going, because I have something. Go ahead, keep going.
Okay, so then now 400 years ago, you had people that were in bondage, enslaved, and they literally would sacrifice their lives for the idea of a better day. And then generation after generation after generation, people made those same sacrifices, whether it was slavery, whether it was Reconstruction, whether it was Jim Crow, whether it was BLM, like people sacrificed their lives for the greater good of society.
Mm-hmm.
And hundreds of years later, we still reap the benefits of a lot of those sacrifices.
Go ahead. You're good.
I mean, just to piggyback off of what you're saying, but also I guess we have that installment of hope because we're not expecting an end, just like a better tomorrow. But in this case, everything's gonna end, right? Because of the aliens.
No, never said it's gonna end. You're
So
just
then,
gonna be an invasion.
it matters then.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't underestimate the power that the influence that you could have, like while you're here, in your human form. Because like, shit, we're still learning from the pyramids, and that was thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
So you never know what type of impact that you could have on the world. Again, like going back 400 years, there was just so many things that still impact us today. Like we're talking about the founding of the United States of America.
Right.
I asked somebody this question, but this person that I asked doesn't want any kids. So
Okay.
their perspective was, I wouldn't care. I don't have a legacy to live.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a selfish attitude.
Agreed. But
There's
then
nothing
I
wrong with
understood it
It's
also.
just- it's
You know
just
what I'm saying?
selfish.
It's like, it is what it is. I'm saying it because I don't want. But then I thought about it too. Like I don't know where I'm gonna be in the next 50 years. Maybe I might be really rich. Maybe I might be really poor. Maybe my family will be good for the rest of their lives. Maybe we have something that continues on for 2, 3, 400 years. We don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, like 400 years is a long time, but when you look at it from the big picture, that's
fast.
only like
That's
5
fast.
generations,
Exactly.
5, 6 generations. That's not that
Yeah.
as
I'm not
far
gonna
as you
see
think.
them kids unless like there's like some shit out there that's gonna keep me young forever. But I ain't never gonna see them niggas.
But
Right.
they're gonna know you. They're gonna know about you, and that
Exactly.
matters. Like, especially as a man, right? Like, it's your name and everything.
Potentially,
I don't like
mean,
that.
Yeah, I mean, no,
I don't like that gender shit.
I'm
Especially
sorry.
as a person.
Not really. But
Why? Why? Because you could do the same shit we doing.
yes, but I do think genetically, right, what you pass down. I think the male genes are strong, right? I think the male determines the gender that you have, right? The baby. you
Actually,
have.
no, it's the female.
Is it?
Yes.
Can you look it up,
The female the
What?
female
please? Thanks.
yeah.
yeah,
What am I
I'm
looking up?
probably like 95%
think
sure
the
the
male-
female.
What am I looking up?
Who determines
Who
the
determines the
gender?
sex of the baby?
Well, apparently the child does now. It could change their gender.
The child's biological sex, male or female, is determined by the chromosome that the male parent contributes.
Oh, okay.
Males have XY sex
You're right.
chromosomes, while females have XX chromosomes. The male can contribute the
Well,
X
no,
or
well,
Y
I-
chromosome, while the female must contribute one of their X chromosomes.
I've always was a lot of people told me I was always under the impression that the women do it.
I had learned men, but I mean, maybe historically that's why the man's name
Is it
was
bad?
what carried the genealogy kind of thing, and why when a woman leaves, she joins the man and his family for whatever case.
Well,
But
I think that
obviously,
was
we
more,
live in a time.
No, I think that was more of just like power and
Yeah,
like,
that's the patriarchy shit.
yeah.
Okay, you could think. Okay, but
because
that's what I'm saying, the
women
times is
were
different
not
now.
women were not seen as like they were seen as property at that point in time.
that's fine.
Like
But-
that's why that like
But men do determine the gender, right?
yes. We're not arguing about that
And
one.
now I forgot what we were talking about for a second. Wait.
Y'all was talking
Where
about the
are we going with
y'all was
this?
talking about the aliens.
Oh, as a man. Okay. Well, I know for me, I'm gonna care about what my dad did and like what my grandparents could have did. And I'm looking at the men, right? Because I look at men as the head. Now everybody doesn't, but since I do, that's my perspective of it. But even me as a woman right now, like I said, if this was to happen, I do feel like I have a responsibility to still prepare the generations after me for what's coming.
What if what if well, my mom raised me. I wasn't raised with my dad. And I worship women the same way so like I would sit down and be like, okay, what did the women do? I think that's
Mhm.
vice versa. I think that we can see it from both sides.
That's true.
Because I never, besides my dad who stepped up and was my dad, I didn't, and my uncle and like male
Men,
figures,
right.
yeah, but who really controlled everything was the woman in my life. So
But does that mean the things that your dad that raised you, your uncles and them, does it mean that do you think that they felt like it didn't matter how they showed up in your life for you?
I
Whether they're
don't,
going to be here or not, like 50 years from now?
I don't think that I give a fuck about that
Okay.
because I think that the person that was there from when I was born and raised me to the man I am today was a female. It wasn't a man.
But even her, like your mom,
Mhm.
like what if she decided to not care because she's not going to be here, let's say, when you have, let's say. 'Cause
With Cole's
it's
a
definitely-
grandfather.
Yeah.
If she make it down, I'm be stressed.
Listen, but I'm saying I think I'm saying all this to say it doesn't
Mhm.
matter. I think
I
there's
just-
something we can do, whether it's to encourage or something. You can do something. It's
Agreed.
better than not doing it.
400 years is a long time. I think
It's really
think-
not though. Like that, and that's just like that shit. Really just has me thinking. I gotta watch the show now because 400 years is not that long. Because it's only what like how many? We're not that far removed from slavery in terms of like
We're not.
generations.
And that's what I thought about it. But
Right.
so the dude on the show was like, said, you think that they 400 years ago gave a fuck about where we at today?
I think they did.
And I agreed and disagreed. I think that some did, but some didn't. You know
I
what
feel
mean?
like they.
Same way we have a choice to agree and not agree on if we're gonna go and give a fuck or not.
True, but I think in it again, just
You got to pee
speaking
again?
No, I was
Oh,
moving
alright.
my chair.
for
Too
This
hot?
thing.
you good?
I'm good.
Too
Alright.
hot?
I'm good now. My back. Thank you.
For this country in particular, 400 years makes a big difference because we was founded in 1776. So they had to think futuristically because they were still building a country. So the decisions they were making was like, okay, how can we make a sustaining country that's going to be here for a long time? Now, if you was thinking from like, if I'm in China, maybe 400 years isn't that big of a deal because they've been around the China, for instance, the fucking Ming Dynasty.
Right.
So I think from our perspective, it's a bit different. So now when we look at it with 400 years into the future, we don't even know if America's going to exist.
Right.
So now you're talking about an entire like generation of people that could potentially be wiped out. Like there's a series on Netflix called The Man in the High Castle, and it's about if America had lost World War II, right? So we were split between the Japanese had the West Coast and the Germans had the East Coast, and how Americans had to survive within that context. Who's to say that that can't happen? And if that does, now you're talking about a whole generation of people who lose their lineage. So in 400 years, what does a lineage really matter if your country gets taken over?
Right.
So, there's so many different ways you can go with that, but that's an interesting question.
I was thinking about that when the show was on. I'm like, would I care? I think I would because I feel like I want to leave something for my kids and for my grandkids and for everything. That's why I'm trying so hard to do something now. I don't ever want them to have to go through the things that I've went through, whatever. Even though I'm not gonna know my son's grandchildren, I would never know them. My son's grandchildren, I probably
That would make you a great grandfather.
That's
great.
I'm about to say it would make
Great.
What it? Your son's.
My son is 5.
But he
You're
could,
only 34.
Exactly. I don't want to be
You don't
100.
know what's gonna happen.
bro, he could have kids at 25.
But his kids got to have kids at 25.
And back in the
That's
day, that was a
50
thing.
years, bro. I'm
Yo,
gonna
that
be
used to be possible.
80 something. That
And
is possible.
that's a
That
That's
is
possible.
very
possible.
possible.
That is possible. Now that
I
you
just
say it
spoke
like
to an
that,
80-year-old the other
that
day.
is crazy. That is really possible. Now that you put it in perspective, that is possible. Okay, well, my Cole's son's sons. I'm never gonna know them.
Right.
So I thought
Right.
about it. In
But
that
that,
sense, like,
but you don't have to know them to have an impact on them.
agreed.
Right, because we got
Agreed.
videos and everything now. You can
Yeah,
leave a lot
right
of stuff
now it's
behind.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right now I got 241 episodes of real shit
Right.
y'all can listen to when y'all get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you are going to have an impact on them some way, somehow.
But I also think that's just our thinking, right? But other people who don't have anything or deem themselves not to have anything,
Right.
they can feel like, all right, fuck it. 400 years, I'm never going to be around. Nobody's going to see anything. The country will, a lot of the things will be divided because of that question.
Well, yeah, but the one thing we can agree on is that the sun is always going to rise and set. So there's going to be a future whether you care about it or not.
Right.
And your decision whether to care or not to care is going to impact the future regardless. So if you don't care and you don't care about the decisions of what you're making now, how it's going to affect them later, it's still going to affect them whether you care or you don't.
Right.
And if you do care and you still are making actions to try to pass down something down the line, it's going to affect them as well. So whatever you decide to do, you're still affecting 400 years down the road.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
But what if somebody also said that it doesn't affect me, so I don't care?
You can feel that way. You're still affecting.
Yeah, but it doesn't
People
affect
400 years from now.
me
That's fine.
personally. If I died today, it doesn't fucking matter. I
Right.
don't see the alien invasion come hit me up. I'm okay with that.
Right. And that's okay. But then now, let's say, for example, you could have put somebody on this platform to warn people about that shit
And then
and didn't do it.
Okay.
So, I mean,
There's a
and the
lot of
decision
ways
not to
go
do
about it.
that could have affected somebody.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can happen.
You matter. Your existence matters.
I agree. I just thought that this was a good, like, I was watching the ending of, I was watching the show, and then I had to sit down and really think about, like, what would I do, and I wanted to bring it to you guys.
No, I think that's an
It
interesting
was good.
take.
You know, the funny shit is I did not even notice it was 11:40.
Damn.
Is it?
Yeah, we had a great conversation. Like,
Yes.
this is
Absolutely.
amazing.
Wow, that's crazy. 11:40.
Yeah, we've been
Wow.
on for over 3 hours. It's
Really?
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Did it feel like that?
It doesn't feel like that.
Did you have a good time?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for us? Ask us a question.
How do you guys know each other?
Sell drugs together.
Okay. Okay.
Ghosting, the original Ghost and Tommy.
Nah, man.
All right. Matter of fact, I got a better question. I want to hear a rose and thorn from each and both of y'all for
A
this
rose-
weekend.
What does that mean?
Do you know what it is?
No.
I feel like when you came to that community center, I did roses and thorn.
Is that like glow and grow? Something
Or like a high and low.
high and low. Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
So
Wait, but
your
can
rose
I-
is something good, everyone. Your rose is something good, something you're grateful for, positive. And the thorn is like a disappointment. And
Oh,
if
this
you want to
is
do a
easy.
bud, it could be something you're looking forward to.
This is easy. I can do this in 2 seconds.
Okay.
But this is about like this weekend?
yeah.
Wait, this week?
This
life.
weekend. Okay.
Wait, I'm confused.
I'm lost. I thought this
yeah.
was like we're reflecting on something.
You want to reflect? Okay, so tell me something in life that
Life?
is a rose.
We can do
thorn,
both.
and-
I
okay,
got-
let's
the
do
life
both
shit
then.
is easy for me.
Okay.
Rose
Whatever
is
you
a good
wanna-
thing. Rose is my kids. General question. Thorn, depression. Easy.
Okay. What's
What
your
you said?
bud?
My butt?
Your bud. Something like a
Yo.
your bud. Something you're looking forward to.
That's easy too. Generating something for my kids and my partner and everything like that to do something. That's probably one of the easiest things I don't have to think about.
It's a beautiful thing. Okay.
Me?
Yes.
Rose. I'm gonna give myself a rose.
Let's go.
Okay.
Do that. I like
Yeah,
that.
I'm giving myself a rose.
Like, wait, so do I gotta start thinking about this weekend though?
If you want to, yeah.
Oh,
if
alright,
you want to share.
Hey, while he's talking, I'm gonna think.
Okay.
Thorn. Mm, what is a thorn again? Something that what?
Disappointment.
Disappointment. I don't think I have any thorns. I'm not I don't put myself in position to be disappointed at anybody or anything. So yeah, I don't have any thorns.
Yeah, but
Bud.
oh,
yes.
Bud. Oh,
Bud.
It's starting to sound like Puff.
no Diddy.
No Diddy. Bud. Something I'm looking forward to. Having an impact that could last 400 years.
Oh,
So I'm looking forward to.
this weekend. Do it this weekend thing, cause
Hold on, I want to
Uh,
respond to that. Y'all know who Andy Warhol is, right?
yeah, the painter, artist.
Yes. And he has.
Y'all related?
No, we're not.
Oh.
We're not related. But he had a quote. I gotta find it. Damn. I hope this is it. This is, of course, not it. The quote is,
He dead, right?
yeah. The idea is not to make some. No, the idea is not to live forever. It's to make something that will.
Mm.
Something like that along those lines.
That's real, but it's also crazy because when you think about it, how many people have ever done that?
A lot of people.
It's a
have
lot of
done it,
legends.
though. Like even XXX is already done it. He made something that's gonna live forever. It's music. But it will always live forever because people think that a lot of people think that he's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I
but to
love
live
him.
for all right, Tupac is gonna live forever,
Well, you just said how many people have done it. Biggie's gonna live forever.
right?
And they were young when they passed.
you
Drake
know,
is gonna live
respect for-
forever.
right?
You're gonna build every year. Somebody's gonna live. J. Cole's gonna live forever.
We're talking about a world with 3 point something billion people.
Right, but if you make it, Beyonce's gonna live forever. Jay-Z's gonna live forever.
Are you saying that they're like immortal?
No, but I just feel like their impact or their music or something is gonna live forever.
Okay, so then let me rephrase the question. Do you have to be of that stature to have created something that lives forever?
No, I don't think you have to be at that stature. I just feel like it's more of more people are gonna know you more if you're that stature. We build something that's gonna live forever. If in 20 and 400 years, if there's still an internet, whatever happened, if they come around and they ask, what is this? We're gonna pop up. It's gonna live forever. But unless we are up to that par of them, a lot of the people are not gonna know who we are.
You know, sorry to change the topic, but being that you said that, I think that we need to start actually downloading these episodes and putting them on a hard drive.
Well, we have to do the other shit because it was in the Tesla the other day and we didn't have a lot on that shit.
What?
Remember, I took a picture in the Tesla and we was on the shit. We didn't have a lot on there, so.
But that was Spotify though. But what I'm saying is like,
it wasn't Spotify.
What was it?
Just Apple Podcasts.
Oh, well, same shit. Well, but my point is that being that it's on YouTube, if YouTube no longer exists, then these episodes never happen.
Right.
So
right.
we need to have the episodes on some type of hard drive, so that way they can last forever.
But I'm just saying, it's a possibility that we can last forever. Our shit is in the digital world. It's gonna last forever. But unless somebody looks, it doesn't really. But like a Beyonce, if they go like, oh, who Michael Jackson's gonna live forever. He's the king of pop.
That's why we were talking about names though, and that's why I said like a name is important.
Right.
Even when we were coming as slaves over here and we lost our name, all of that stuff, your name is important. Right. I feel like so. One way to live forever is making a household name.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. I like that. I always wanted to have like a baby on every continent, so that my last name could just flourish everywhere.
Okay.
Okay. Even in Antarctica?
Huh?
Even in Antarctica?
Antarctica, but yep.
Okay.
I have an emo baby.
That'd be interesting for all like the brothers and sisters to link up and do Thanksgiving.
What? Yeah. Just,
not Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Thanksgiving. Yeah, just one baby in every continent. Just keep going. But it has to be a boy in every continent, obviously.
XY chromosome.
Nah, you got me on that one.
All right. Before we get out of here, last
one more
thing.
question.
One more question?
Yeah, right. One more. Give us one more. That was good.
Well, y'all supposed to do your Rose and Thorn, but maybe
for
we
this
can
week?
save that for another time.
Oh, this weekend. Rose and Thorn this weekend. Rose and Thorn this weekend.
For me,
what is this weekend? This weekend is Easter.
Easter.
Okay, so my rose will be not a damn thing because I ain't doing shit this weekend. So
okay.
Like and my thorn is damn, what is my thorn? Alcohol. Probably gonna drink.
And that's your thorn?
Yeah.
How come?
Because I drink a lot.
So you're not looking forward to it?
No, I'm never looking forward to drinking.
Okay.
I'm looking for. Forget it.
Oh.
No. Actually, no. My rose and thorn for this weekend. I don't know. I really don't have anything planned. I don't do Easter.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if
no
Easter.
Dinner, no nothing, no food.
When I was in a relationship with, she did Easter. Her family did Easter. I never really did Easter. And a lot of the times I didn't have my daughter. My daughter's home this weekend, so we're probably just gonna do something. We didn't set anything up, so I have no idea. But just spend. Okay, so my rose would be just to spend time with my daughter this Sunday.
That's nice.
And my thorn, I don't think I have one because I don't think anything could go as bad as a thorn. And my butt is
your bud.
I said bud.
Little Diddy.
Okay.
My bud. What is bud again?
Something you're looking forward to, but it sounds like spending time with your daughter. Still your rosebud.
My rosebud. Okay, maybe my bud. Okay, let's go a little hard. Let's go. Pause. Let's go a little emotional. You know what I'm saying? My bud may be to mend a relationship I may need to.
I love that. Restore that relationship. I like
there
that.
You go.
Yeah, maybe that may need to do something in this weekend. Let's just say that.
I love that. It's already gonna happen because you said it.
I mean, I could make it happen right now. I just don't want to.
That's okay. That's the thing about self-care, though. You gotta have the compassion piece.
Right.
So I hope you figure that out.
I don't have a lot of not saying I'm not compassionate, not saying that's I honestly really just don't really give a fuck what anybody got to say. I've been through way too much for me to sit down and be like, your opinion matters to me, unless I ask. If I'm sit down and I sit down and be like, yo, am I bugging, like whatever, like that, yeah, because if I say something, that means that it matters to me. But for a stranger to come out and say something or whatever like that, or say how they feel about me, I really give two shits because I've been through too much, and it's maybe that may be a defense mechanism, but
I'm listening.
for me, come on, therapize me.
No, I'm not doing that.
Therapize me.
I'm not leading this conversation. I'm listening.
I just at a point in time, I just kind of gave up on giving a fuck what people thought about me.
I think that's okay. But when did that happen? When did you stop caring?
After my depression.
Can you give me an age?
Oh, like 3 years ago.
That's recent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably during too, because obviously I ain't give a fuck what people thought about me. But after being able to acknowledge the fact that I was being who I was,
Yeah.
either whether you liked me for that or you didn't, I'm okay with that.
Gotta know yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Cornballs.
Cool copy heard you. Do you want to, before we get out of here, well, do you have any more questions?
You was gonna do your Rose and Thorn for the weekend. Or did you go? I'm sorry, he does not want to do this Rose and Thorn.
No. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Been trying to move on for a minute.
Rose, peace. No. I'll say rose, relaxation. I'm gonna try to get some sleep.
You definitely need that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna say that. And thorn, weather. I want some good weather this weekend. Oh, no.
That's
Is
a
it bad
bad
this
thing?
weekend?
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm about to look.
Isn't thorn like something you don't want?
The weather gonna be nice.
You don't want-
58 and 59 tomorrow.
it's gonna be nice.
Oh, I didn't know.
Monday is
fucking
oh
cold
my
right
gosh,
now.
Bugging
next
right now.
week is gonna be bad.
Okay.
Dang.
Oh, do they still do the car show?
Who? Envy shit?
No, then they used to do the car show for Easter at like the.
Yo, it's so annoying. There's so much going on because
Yo,
I forgot there was a car show.
don't they usually do that on Easter at the Javits Center?
Oh yeah, where they do that?
They do. I don't know if they still do, but I recall hearing it on the radio growing
I
up.
really don't like being around crowds like that.
Yeah, me neither. That's why that's a whole nother conversation. But forget it.
That's why you don't go to like parades and shit.
No. We don't worry about it. It's not that deep. That's a whole nother conversation.
All right, we can do that another day.
Yeah.
I remember that one though.
Yeah. That's fine. You want to talk about the pageant?
Yes.
Yes.
We have to talk about this pageant. Thank you for bringing it up. So I've never been in a pageant before. Was never into beauty and stuff like that. But I'll be 30 in June, and this year I'm a contestant for Miss New York.
Let's go.
So if you get Miss, praise the Lord. Okay, so if you get Miss New York, you become the representative for New York for Miss America, Miss USA. So this is the whole process. And right now I'm just raising money so that I can participate in the pageant. And I have a GoFundMe. But I'm really doing this for representation, inspiration, body positivity, self-care, and compassion.
Okay.
I don't know if there's ever been a contestant that won Miss New York that had locks and everything. This is the first time they opened it up and extended the age. So that's also a good thing.
Was there like a criteria you had to meet before that? Like you couldn't have locks or?
Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty sure in the past though. I mean, now that we have a Crown Act and everything, especially in New York, it probably disqualified people in the past. All I know. However, I'm doing this for representation. So
I hope you get that. Where can
thank you. I hope so
where
too.
can they donate if they want to, and where can they follow the whole process?
I'm gonna try to put the link in the chat.
Oh, you got it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got to put it in. Yeah, you might as well do it here. Just
You could look at my GoFundMe link. My name is Charisma Funay, Karizma. Last name Funnye.
what did you do?
Southern last name. Go. James is gonna figure it out.
We gonna figure it out.
And then my
right now.
Instagram name
Oh,
is
see,
at.
something went off. I knew it.
Oh no.
Can y'all hear us? Can you hear us? Ah, fuck.
It says streaming.
Yeah, but it's probably still. Yeah, we back, man. Y'all not gonna stop us.
Y'all might be the one to put people on the map. Don't even know it.
There you go.
We already know that.
Working against you because you're
They've
really
been working against us
powerful.
all the time.
Wow.
They've been working us against. Yeah, see, we lost people because of that shit too.
Oh
Sorry.
dang.
Nah, y'all see that shit. We're gonna post. We're gonna clip this anyway. But where is it at again?
My
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe, Charisma Funay, and then my Instagram name is at Riz Torchu at RIZTAUGHTYOU. That's where you can follow me in this whole journey. I'm in the gym almost every day now, intermittent fasting and everything like that.
This is the link right here. Please, if y'all want, click on the link.
Yes, if you want, if you can,
If you can, let's get her to the pageant.
please.
Let's get the representation out there. Let's get her story out there. Let's get somebody who looks like you, sounds like you.
And I'm from the
Has-
Bronx.
I
By the
mean,
way.
yeah, like
I live in Yonkers right now, but I'm from the Bronx. And
you giving everybody your social security too? You
no, but my sash for a pageant weekend will be having like New York University on it. So
That's
that's the
dope.
Okay.
landmark I chose.
That's fire.
Even though I was kind of wary about that because I'm not in college anymore or in my master's program. But I guess it's all a part of the whole, Empire State of Mind. So that's what we're doing.
There you go.
That's what we doing. How many women?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know who, but it's a 3-part process.
What do you know before like I ask like a?
I know there's gonna be an orientation and a rehearsal, and then you do the pageant. It's gonna happen.
Have
like
you ever
that.
did
It's in
pageants
June.
before?
No, I have not
First one?
been in a pageant before. It's my first one.
Let's go. We're gonna take it to the top with this one.
I hope so because for the last few years, I believe in like people speaking life and prophecy and everything like that. And I've had a lot of people say to me like, I've had students say, "Miss, why are you a social worker? You're not supposed to be a social worker." Like, I've had people say to me, "Oh, you model, you do this," and I'm like, "No, actually, I don't."
I used to do poetry.
Oh, I gotta put you on to some poetry slams and stuff.
I didn't say nothing.
What happened?
I didn't say nothing.
What's so funny? What's wrong with poetry?
I didn't say anything.
What's the joke?
They
There
don't
is no
believe
joke.
me. They
I
don't
didn't-
believe me.
I
They
never
don't
said
believe me.
that.
I believe it.
They won't believe me. Yeah,
I believe it.
I'm a poet. I didn't even know it.
Oh.
Dr. Seuss.
They don't believe me. I was published in 2 books. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Swear to God.
Okay.
My mother got it. She just can't find it. You know what I'm saying?
Mom, I'm gonna need you to find that,
She been looking for it for a long time.
please. Y'all are crazy.
Published author.
I'm a
I
published
love
author.
it. Do you have an ebook?
Nah. I quit. You know what I mean?
We can make you a poetry.
My shit was too good. I'm like, I can't do this no more.
I understand. It's not for everybody.
It's not. I didn't want to be famous for poetry. I was like, yo, listen, I'm just gonna chill out. But my shit lit.
I understand. I believe it. Back to the pageant.
Yes.
Yes.
The pageant.
And leading up to this pageant, before this pageant, and talking about books and stuff, I was able to come up with an ebook about envy. I don't know what y'all.
About
No.
envy?
Envy. You know how we talk about
DJ
about
envy?
DJ envy. No, but you know how we talk about jealousy a lot.
Right.
But people don't really speak about envy. And I just feel like I haven't really spoken about this pageant because a part of me is like, a little anxious because I don't know the challenges that are going to come about with expanding on this journey in my life. And sometimes jealousy and envy could really have somebody leaving, feeling crushed, and it can ruin a lot of relationships. Like the first murder in the Bible, right, was between brothers.
Cain and Abel.
Right, and it was because of jealousy and envy. So it's important to be able to like highlight envy in your relationships because people that envy you are usually the people closest to you. It's not a stranger.
Oh, I agree.
So I appreciate y'all. I know y'all gonna support, but you know, it's just
Where's
it's kind
that
of
book?
hard.
Where can they find that book though?
It's in the link on my Instagram page.
Everybody go
And
follow.
It's called
her.
Envymies. You know how you're a friend of me.
I think
so I coined that.
Ooh.
I made that.
There you go.
I think
coined
I
that.
think that's I think that's kind of a hard topic to write about.
Yeah.
Because when you're envious, you don't even believe you're envious.
Right.
So like, how can you sit down and say, "Oh, I envy somebody," when I don't even fucking look at them like I believe that shit? Because a lot of that shit just becomes hate at that point in time.
It does become hate, and that's why the ebook is more. It's not about like you having envy. It's how to deal with how to notice when people envy you.
Oh, okay.
So you could keep yourself
Yeah,
safe
that's fine.
because
that's
you will get killed with
Yeah.
envy.
Yeah,
It's dangerous.
Yeah, no,
Poisonous.
that's
Poisonous.
cool. That's cool as shit. That's cool. I know a lot of people that are envious. But a lot of things that a lot of people do, like not just I'm not talking about my personal thing, but I just know, and you can see, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I think I said something today. Somebody asked me a question today, and I was like, "Nah, I did that shit. Nah, that shit was fire." I said, "If I would have said no, I'm just hating." I forgot what the fuck. Did I say that to you today?
Nah, not today.
That was either yesterday or today. I said that. I was like, "Yo," they asked me a question. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, if I sit down and say this, I'm lying. Like I'm hating because I'm not. Did I say that in the car?
I don't recall that.
But I said something. But that, like I'm not gonna like it turns into that. It turns into
Right.
to hating and that shit. I was like, that's cool. I got it's an ebook, right? Because I don't like to read.
It's an ebook.
Did they read
It's
it
like
to me?
20. I don't know if it'll read it to you, but it's like 20 pages.
Oh, 20, I can do 20. All right.
And it's like short pages. I designed it. And then I also have an urban compassion journal. Like y'all was talking about reflection. So like a reflective journal. It's on Amazon. So it's like my first thing published on Amazon. That kind of helped me get to where I'm at now with this pageant. Like
What
I
is that,
started
though?
the journal in like August and I finished it and I started using it for myself.
What is it? And like it's like one of those journals where it's like ripped this page.
No,
like,
it's really interactive though. So I have like
throw the book.
affirmations in there.
Oh, okay.
It's for people who live and work in the city like us.
Mm.
So it doesn't matter the color of your skin, the texture of your hair, your age. If you work or live in the city or in an urban area, this journal allows you to just reflect. So it has quotes. It has smart goal setting in there. You know,
That's cool. I don't know what that is. I don't. I'm just
specific, measurable, attainable, realistic. Right? What's the T?
I'm thinking.
Dang. Why can't I think right now?
Trackable? Is it trackable?
Measurable,
Oh, measurable.
attainable, realistic, and